Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to Lost Planning the Interwebs. I am your host, Nick Ricada of Ricada Law, small law firm in central Minnesota. With me today is the white balance killer with the white Kangol hat. Every time he looks down, it will go dark.
Did it do it?
Yeah, every time. It's good. Yeah,
Still?
it's fine.
I thought you could. Wait a minute.
I need to angle your camera down. I gotta fix things.
Can they hear me in the mic?
What?
Can they hear me in the mic? I didn't even do a mic check.
You're coming through.
Oh, okay. Huh.
Yeah,
So
you should be good.
It looks so weird seeing I'm on the wrong side. That looks weird.
Yeah, I got everything set up differently with this new thing. I'm gonna tilt your camera down just a hair.
Oh man. Oh, there it goes.
You're actually like in the frame.
That's slick.
Ah, he circles around behind you.
Oh, that's awful.
With me today is Drexel, by the way. How's it going, man?
It's going good. It's going long and tired from that horrible drive with the construction for 2 hours. I haven't been in a while. I missed you and the kids. Well, I should say you because I saw you at Matsuri.
Right. Yeah.
But like the kid, it's been so long. I was kind of like, wait a minute, man. Have I seen him this summer?
It's been like.
And technically, I didn't.
It's been forever.
Yeah, it crept up on me. I was kind of like, oh man.
Yeah. It crept up on you like a good massage.
Speaking of massage.
Oh wait, what? How's that? How are you going to start with that story? Like what? I don't even know what the story is, but
Look,
how are you going to start with speaking of massage?
The way my man massaged that head in Shakopee today.
Okay, that's where we're going.
Did the chat know about that?
I don't know. It's on the list of topics.
Excellent.
It's
Now,
on the list. Yeah.
I got to say, there's an actual reason why I didn't come back to the show.
Why's that?
Because I don't support Ricada Law. Ronnie O'Neill III is innocent. That man is innocent.
I haven't talked about his sentencing. Do you know what he got? So he didn't get the death penalty. I did talk about that. We covered that. Look at your face. Yeah, he did not get the death penalty.
Okay.
So he did a better job than the public defender would have done, objectively.
Yeah, and that's saying something.
The judge was crying giving out this sentence. This is the worst crime I have ever seen in my life, she says. She's like, Drex. She's like, I have been a judge over vehicular manslaughter, over murders, over rapes, over everything you can imagine. And this is hands down the worst criminal act I've ever witnessed in my entire life. Triple life plus 90 years.
Wait, where's the sound effects, people? Wait, how come my chat's gone?
Oh, it's my fault. I'll get it.
Oh, so where's the Roblox sound effect? Oop. Oop. Oh shit. So wait a minute now. Hold on. Now the judge was a true Karen. I remember seeing her face. I remember he was saying some stuff with the Fifth Element haircut, and I saw her going like, like
that haircut was biblical. You know, the beast will rise out of the water. It'll have a crown of 9 horns. One of the horns will die, but 4 will grow in its place. You saw the one with the little.
I don't know what Ronnie O'Neill was doing with that haircut.
He was winning.
He was clearly winning. So I didn't understand what made this crime so horrible in her eye. I'm just saying in terms of like worst crimes ever, right? Because
I mean, it was
clearly
bad.
It was self-defense. Ronnie O'Neill III is innocent, Nick.
Yeah, no, I'm with
Justice
you.
for Ronnie.
I'm with you. Don't worry, he's got an appeal. He'll do fine. He's gonna, I believe, on appeal he'll be represented. But someone else, a lawyer, will represent him.
He is a lawyer.
She did say, the judge said, you did very well in another life. You could have been a lawyer. if she would have said it at the sentencing hearing, it would have been like, you could have been a lawyer instead of a murderer, but she didn't say that.
That would have been actually hilarious.
I know.
So
It's a missed opportunity.
I'm pretty sure what doomed Ronnie was the son, right?
Yeah.
Because
when you stabbed me, done. You're guilty at that point. There's no overcoming that with a jury.
Can't.
And the kid could be wrong. Like if in a world where anything goes, you know, he could have dropped the knife and it landed on him. I don't know. Who am I? Physics? I don't know what happened. But no, so in another world, like, there could be some way the kid is describing an incident where his dad accidentally injured him or something, and that came out as you stabbed me.
Now, he did have okay, so here's one thing about his case that actually was a legitimate critique. Yeah. And I don't mean the T-Mobile phone record. So here's the thing that did get me. He does have a point.
When he's playing the audio of her like screaming her last, like not recommended. Sorry, go on.
Well, okay. He does have a point. If it was like the arresting officer, right? Like adopted his own kid.
Yeah,
is because now you can be coached.
Yep.
And that is legitimate. Like,
yeah, that's actually a big problem that I have with that case.
That's clear bias. Like, I mean, you could, Nick. So you adopted his kid and changed his name to your last name.
Yeah.
You could have said anything to this kid.
Yeah. Technically, I believe that detective left the force when he adopted the kid, but
doesn't matter.
That's clear taint right there.
Yeah. Hopefully, in another life.
My mic too low. I'll turn mine up. No, it's cool.
Well, after Ronnie serves his triple life plus 90, I hope that he does come back in the year like 2428 AD and represents all kinds of actual criminals.
Yeah,
with the same hair.
Did you hear about the religious element to the crime?
Do you hear voices?
No. He was apparently at odds with the whole family, all of them, because he was trying to convert them all to Islam.
Ooh. And by convert, you mean with a weapon?
Well, I mean, no, this has been going on for a while.
Oh.
But there was allegedly on one of the 911 calls an Allahu Akbar that happened. Allahu Akbar!
I mean, I remember when you told him don't use adverbs. The evidence will show. They did not see me viciously murdered. I was like, oh.
It wasn't vicious. It was a murder, though. No, I loved it. Well, I shot her in the arms, and no one could find her arms. So someone else must have killed her.
What he said that there are buckshots. I was sitting there looking like
I hit her 3 times with the shotgun. Wait, what do you mean by hit? Sarah Connor Ronnie over here.
Hey,
blasting holes,
dude. Yeah. I showed it to my mom, and and then my aunt was watching. She's like, "Who is this guy?" And I'm like, "Look, Nick, I know what it looks like. This man is innocent.
He definitely didn't do it.
He didn't do it.
The way he was looking at the prosecutor was, you next."
Ronnie O'Neal up there didn't do nothing. So, yeah, it's just been a crazy time, man. We had that happen. I've been tuning in your show. Matt Suri was great.
Yeah.
I mean,
I barely even saw you. I saw you for like 30 minutes.
Total.
Like, legitimately.
Okay. Outside of Vic's panel, which was great. And, that was a quick 2 hours, too.
It was 1 hour, I think, for his panel.
What? I'm pretty sure it was 2.
Was it 2?
7 to 9. It went quick because I remember when they were like, "Yeah, guys, you got to go," and I remember being like, "Wait, like, damn." And so, for those of you who don't know, Nick made a good decision for Matt Suri. I made a bad decision. Nick made the very smart decision to make sure that you leave these damn kids at home.
Yeah.
Do not bring them to an anime convention.
Don't ever do it.
So did I tell you what I spent?
I was gonna say, one, you're in poverty. That's number one. I know you're in poverty because I didn't even have kids with me, and I still ended up poor. How much did you spend?
So, before I get there,
okay,
I have 2 credit cards, right? You have your debit card, credit card A, credit card B.
Yeah.
So,
just like Dave Ramsey says.
So I'm sitting there. My credit card balance is 0 on both cards.
Was 0.
That was when I first arrived, right?
Yep.
The one card I don't actually physically own. It's my my Amazon card, right? Nick, I go out there, balance 0. By that, we got in Friday evening, right?
Yeah.
We left Monday morning.
Yep.
2.5 days in Houston.
Mm-hmm.
$1,235. And I'm like, Nick, I didn't even do anything. Yeah. I have no clue. I'm sitting like, okay, because in the back of your mind, you're kind of like adding it up as it's happening. You're kind of like,
yeah.
Dad, I'm hungry. Dad, can we get this? Dad, can we get this plushie? Because Nick's kids are gonna. Nick, as I'm swiping my card, I'm getting angrier.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is a lot of fucking money.
Like, this is like 40. Yeah. This is like 70.
Nick,
25.
I should show you the bank statement. Nick, it just goes like this. Zap, 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 zap. Even an Uber ride, because you couldn't rent a car.
Nope.
Were you rent a car for $200 a day? Like what? Yeah. I mean, you're like, ugh.
Renting a car right now is crazy town.
Yeah, I wonder if anyone in the chat, if any of you guys work for the rental car places.
They sold their fleets off during COVID.
Yeah, during COVID. And then now,
yeah, now things are opening up.
It's like, now you heard the news thing, right? People are renting U-Hauls as their rental car. Like, oh, fuck it.
$19.99 a day.
Yep. That's brilliant, man. That's brilliant. Yeah, it's been just a crazy time. Matt Siri was great. Got to meet Vic, Mama Vic, some other peeps, fans of the show. It's still weird to just be like out and about. So I'm like, yo, Drex, I don't know you, but hey, what's up? Weird feeling. And plus, everyone's in cosplay. So, Nick, that's one of the things about the internet world.
Yeah.
Okay, they can see us, but we can't see them.
Right.
So when someone's like, "You're Nick Rekieta," and you're like,
yeah, I always have been. Who are you?
Who are you? I don't know you. So. I mean, it's cool, but it just kind of shows that's kind of like that awkward angle to the anonymity of the internet.
Yeah,
you're like, oh, what's up, guy? The cosplay was great, and Nick, I got off the plane, and by the time I arrived at Matsuri, I think I sent you a picture of the con sluts. I don't know what to say. It looked horrendous.
Look,
emphasis on ho.
I try to be nice because people are out there doing their thing, right? Some of them shouldn't. That's it. Some of them just shouldn't.
Ever.
Did you get stepped on?
I did not. I remember I got there and I made a comment. So one of the things that struck me before we even got there is that my daughter made a comment about, she used the word simps.
Uh-huh.
And I remember going, huh? And she's like, yeah, these guys simping for Lady D. And I remember when I told someone, no, that's right. No.
Oh, was that her cosplay?
No, she wasn't, but she was aware of Lady D.
Okay, I was going to say, she
was in a kimono and some shit.
Oh, the girl I saw was in a French maid outfit.
Oh, I think it's about my daughter. No, my daughter was in a damn kimono with the geisha shoes on. And so I never got to meet up with like you and Flash and Vic, which would have been awesome. But then you know how this goes, Nick. My feet hurt.
Yeah.
I was irate. Because I'm not tired.
Yep.
And then they're like, It's like, you can't leave them in the room.
And really, after midnight or whatever, you can't be hauling a kid around.
Okay. Yep.
Because you can't go into any bars or anything.
No. It's yeah. But she loved it. And I think she loved it the most because she didn't spend any money. I did. I spent some money. But yeah, it just kind of, it's funny to be on the opposite side, right? Because, you know, when you were being a kid and you were the one being like, yo, you dad, mom, can I get this? And you didn't know why they would always give you a look like, man, you don't need that shit.
All I heard was no.
No. Everything was no.
What happened to this generation?
I don't know what happened. Like, I don't know how we got to swipe. How did we get from no in the 80s and 90s to swipe?
It's like, Dad, can I get this? Can I get this Transformer? How much is it? $15.99. No. Why not? Christmas is coming. Dad, it's February. I know. Remember it for the next 10 months.
You didn't get shit. Nick, growing up in the 80s and 90s, Nick, how often do you remember getting yes? I mean, like, yes was the abnormality. You were
I bought my yeses because I'd get birthday or Christmas money or, like, you know, do some chores or whatever, and I would save it and save it and save it to go buy that. Ooh, this Lego kit is $60. I'll be the coolest person I've ever met because I have this Lego kit. That's how it went with me.
You were a better person than me. We were normally just stealing shit. Did our man M tell you some of the type of shit we were stealing?
Yeah.
Did he tell you when
some of his stuff?
Did he ever tell you we stole some shit out of Shinder's and someone almost caught us and we started running? And do you remember those like wind up toys that once, you know, they were like, and they would start doing that. We're running out. He starts dropping shit and like little animal. We're going like on the ground out of Shinder's.
It's like a Home Alone trap.
Yeah. I'm like,
try and
oh shit. No. I saw James Marone ask about it. No, I never stole a bike. I had my bike stolen. That shit could have gotten someone the death penalty back in the day.
Yeah,
your bike was everything. I mean,
that was all your transportation.
That was all your. I mean, that was everything. Yeah. And you know, I'll tell you what, Nick. For all the horrible things that kids were doing back in the day, I'll tell you one thing that really got under my skin.
What's that?
Vandalism.
Yeah.
Do you remember back when we had that, like right before we like went out for Halloween, and the teacher's like, "Hey, don't be out there smashing pumpkins." People, I remember thinking, like, "Who the hell is smashing pumpkins?"
Besides Billy Corrigan.
How's that guy doing anyway?
The world is a vampire.
Oh God.
I like that song still.
I haven't listened to Smashing Pumpkins in a long time. Did he go woke?
I have no idea.
Because you know the issue, right?
Yeah.
A lot of dudes that were, you know, from back, let's call them the heroes of yesteryear, right?
Yeah.
The heroes of yesteryear have become what today?
Oh, they're just chumps.
Woke bitches. Like dude.
Kevin Smith. How do you make, like, Clerks,
Mallrats, Dogma?
Yeah. Jay and Silent Bob.
Clerks 2 with Kinky Kelly and the Sexy Stud. One of the greatest moments in movie history. And then you go full cuck.
Yeah, he's gone. He's crying everywhere.
Fuck Kevin Smith. You know what's crazy? I'm not joking. The first time I knew there was something wrong, this is well before He-Man, right? Do you know what told me something was wrong with Kevin Smith? And it wasn't the weight loss. One thing only, Nick. You know what it was? His daughter. Harley Quinn Smith, right? I had no clue who this woman was.
Her name is Harley Quinn Smith.
Yes, named after the Batman character. That is correct. I know.
Okay.
So here's what happened. I'm minding my own business. Some movie came out and they said Harley Quinn Smith. I'm like, someone's name is Harley Quinn, and then so I was like, oh, who the hell's Harley Quinn? And then like I see her posing with Kevin Smith. Like, that can't be his daughter. Once, because Nick, all the red flags, the feminist red flags were there, right?
Yeah,
like pure feminazi. The tattoos. She was like scantily. Nick, could you imagine taking your daughters to like a red carpet and then being like scantily clad with tattoos and shit?
No, they should be in a burqa.
Fuck that shit. I saw that. I'm like, uh-oh. And it let me know. A, you are not the head of the household. B, you just, even if you were, you allowed this to, like, because this is not.
Yeah.
When you see these girls who have like daddy issues and shit, and I'm looking at it, I was like, uh-oh. And so when Kevin Smith started going further into Wokeville, Nick, I was like, uh-oh. By the time I heard about He-Man, shout out to Clownfish TV. Shout out to we got a few people to shout out that exposed the fuckery, right? Similar to what happened with what was the other one? It was a couple other people, right? Clownfish and a couple other guys.
A bunch of people have been calling it out.
Geeks and Gamers, shout out to them because they were talking about this. And I remember Clownfish, I think was like the first ones, and I remember hearing about this going, no, how do you fuck up He-Man? Because Nick, He-Man is a part of our childhood, and it's like, oh, you can't. I mean, it's He-Man, right?
Yeah, how do you mess this up?
You can't mess up He-Man. Nick, I will never forget. I think it was the Quartering was the first person that said something. Jeremy always does his little, he has great editing intros, right? Yeah. So I'm looking at this and I'm like, what the fuck? Dude, when I found out how they did He-Man dirty, Nick, Kevin Smith, against the wall. You're done. You're fucking done.
Get out.
You're done.
Oh my gosh, what a disaster! So we're gonna definitely talk about that Kevin Smith stuff. We got a beheading to cover, just a humble beheading that we'll talk about, and then I figured we got plenty to catch up on.
I know.
So
man.
let's hit some of these early chats.
Go ahead.
That have come in, and then oh my gosh, my window, everything's all messed up. I'm not.
It was a stabbing. Yeah. Yeah, that was
a stabbing. Okay, here we go. We've got, where is it?
He-ma'am.
Funny Valentine 2024 says, hey y'all, prayers for my family as my grandma passed away from COVID yesterday, even though she was vaxxed. Comes just a year after my grandpa, a former Army vet that flew helicopters in Vietnam, died.
Oof.
Sorry to hear, sorry to hear that, brother. Hopefully, there will be peace for your family. Always sucks to lose a relative like that. Yashken says, dawn of the second day, 48 hours remaining until rent moratorium ends. Hey, if you two switched bodies, could you fool others without letting them know?
We could, and I think this is for all the guys out there who are listening tonight. The date is current. It's still July 29th, right?
Yeah.
In our time. I want to tell you guys something right now, man. Beware of the hey big head text and hey stranger. This rent moratorium is real. Nick, these hoes are broke.
Yeah.
Hey, look. Nick,
a lot of people are going to be looking for places to live real soon.
The homosexual explosion is coming. These people ain't got no jobs. They got no rent money due. Nick. Okay, do you remember those memes when the pandemic first hit? The whole, I'll fuck for some toilet paper.
Yeah.
You won't even believe what these hoes are going to be willing to do for a place. They'll sleep in the garage. They just need a place to stay, like stray cats. Beware.
Can I put my garbage bags of stuff down in your living room? No.
It's serious. Dude, it's Nick. People think that this shit's a joke. Imagine living in a place like California, right?
I know. Why would I want
to? You imagine that shit like Boston, like some of these huge cities?
Yeah.
New York, all of a sudden, overnight. Yeah, so rent's due, motherfucker. And you're gonna be like,
If I move in, I'll pay part of your rent. Will you?
So you defaulted on your last shit.
You're like 18 months behind.
You are well behind. Your credit's shot, but you want to move in with me. Nah, I'm good, fam.
I'm about to build my harem like Pokemon.
He's got to catch them all. That's beautiful. Oh, sex work is still work.
Oh, gosh. Mexican Flash says, oh, Nikki, on Monday I had a big brown thing fall on me. No one could believe that I could take it, but I did. Now, apart from some bruising, I'm all healed up and ready to go. Why do you do this? And then he follows up with, in all seriousness, a 200-pound box fell on my arm. For the most part, I was not injured. I only took the following day off just because. Nice. 200-pound box.
You know the good thing is, though, is that it's a box.
Right.
Because that's what would mean, but whereas if it's like some, just dead weight, like just a...
Like a crate?
Yeah, not so good. But yeah, box, you can at least kind of... Get hit maneuver.
Box is this a wooden box? Is this a cardboard box? Like I can't. I mean, not many cardboard boxes are sporting 200 pounds.
What?
200 pound
refrigerator, maybe. That's not even 200. Damn.
Oh my god. Let me tell you a story. So the other day, some in-laws called me up 9:00
AM?
PM.
Oh.
I got the show at 11, right?
Yeah.
Hey, we need your help. Yeah, what's up? Fridge broke.
Okay.
So we're buying a new one right now. And we need help moving it into the house. Do you know how much a fridge weighs, a new one? Like 270. Like, so is
no one else?
Someone else gonna be there? Oh yeah, my father-in-law was gonna be there to help out too. But it was like, so the three of us. All right. By the way, do you have a dolly? No, I don't have a dolly. I don't have any of that. But so I get over there. We did get the thing moved in. But the most frustrating part was the people at the store hosed them over. It's like, so refrigerators, you got to keep standing upright. You can't lay them down. If you do, you got to like let them rest.
Yep.
So the like teenagers at the store were like, because it's my brother-in-law. He's like, all we have to do is the three of us. We can lift this thing up into the truck, right? And they're like, no, we don't want to do that. Like, but got you. So they like only helped him lay it down in the truck. So then we get it there and we get it in the house and it's like, but it didn't matter because you can't plug it in. It's just got to sit there anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So then it was like,
oof.
Yeah.
Damn. How do you get that kind of a call? I would have faked static.
Yeah.
You're breaking up.
My fridge broke up. That's sad. You should buy it flowers.
That's awful.
It was see that was the thing. Like, if they're gonna just lay it down, you should just had them deliver it tomorrow.
Yeah.
But I don't know what their delivery schedule was. I don't even know where they bought it, but it was lame. It was lame. Nixx says how to speak Greenlandic. Oh my gosh. Maku mekari yuit. These damn kids. That's how you say that, apparently, in Greenlandic. Bloodthirstier Barry says, hey, Nick, any chance you could talk about Games Workshop's new IP policy if the Emperor had a text-to-speech device has shut down for fear of lawsuits? Yes. Not tonight, but yes. And it is absolute trash. I will see if I can get a really good guest to talk about that next week. It's insane what they're doing. And I saw that Brother Alphabusa had to shut down text-to-speech, which is just pathetic. Would be really cool if you could bring the creator on a show to discuss. I mean, I don't know if Brother Alphabusa wants to come on. That would be awesome. I love that guy. He's fantastic. But I don't have any contact with him. But I do have contact with a couple other people to talk about it. So, Phoenix Lord Asterman says, glad to see you back for some buck breaking, Drex.
Ugh. Yeah, did you ever see that garbage?
No, it's not available like to stream. You gotta get the physical copy.
Yeah.
Wanna get physical.
Someone brought up Tariq Nasheed's 1999 booty clapping video where he was he's apparently a rapper. Yeah, Mr. Pro black, blah blah blah.
Yeah,
was objectifying all the normal fuck shit, right? So. Yeah, it is what these people are chameleons.
But did he marry the white woman, Sean King?
Where's that thing? Sean King.
I don't know. Probably at the Bleach Factory. It's my guess.
Yeah, with Sammy Sosa.
Wash your ass.
Yeah. Oh man.
All right, here we go. David G1084 says, shout out to MGTOWN Podcast. Watch the latest video with TFM and his stories were crazy. Keep fighting the good fight, Drex.
Much appreciated. Yeah, TFM is great. We had Phil. We just did another show with Phil. He comes on every month.
He comes on every month and then stays on until next month. You guys just keep talking.
Here you go. Look, Dollhouse Phil is like he's my soul brother. There's been some weird stuff happening. And Phil sent in a story for Hockey Mask Time to our man RPM.
Okay.
And I told you about that, where the dude had to go ahead and put on the hockey mask and grab the axe.
Yeah.
And you always know it gets real when someone grabs the axe. But Nick, RPM. So we have RPM on. He tells us the HMT to end all HMTs is episode 148 of Hockey Mask Time, right?
Okay.
He tells everybody to strap in because it's going to be a great ride, right? Nick, pure savagery. Like when someone says, "Hey Nick, what's the like?" You know when someone goes like, "Yeah, we arrived on the crime scene. It was horrible." Blah blah blah. Now, Nick, when I tell you savagery, it's a 20 out of 10 in savagery.
Okay. He
even put on the mask, literally a devil mask, and went to work. Nick, ugh.
Not good. How many victims?
2. The girlfriend and her sister.
Okay, so it wasn't the girlfriend and her lover.
No. There was another dude, older guy, who put on the hockey mask because the CCTV, the camera he had set up in the house, he caught the wife getting bunker busted and he walked in, Nick, and it went down, man. Yeah, it's
you put the red cellophane over the
eye slots. Dude. Yeah, if you guys just go on YouTube, just type in like RPM HMT 148, it'll pop up.
Ugh.
Excellent.
How's the podcast going? How's the show?
It's been fun. We're doing Thought Girl Summer stuff right now. That's what we had TFM and RPM on. We got our viewers that are telling their stories. Like, so we got military people. And TFM was in the service. And anytime a story,
I didn't know there would be stories from the military.
Now, when he says a guy went in, and at this point the girl's insides look like a vanilla pudding cup. the story, Nick. You want to talk about some military stories?
I hate everything you just said. I
might as well just go in.
Everything you just said.
Oh man. Yeah, it's been just crazy, man.
Okay. Adrian Valladares says Drexel is a masculine presenting transgender lesbian, right?
I am.
I would apologize for what's about to happen, but you had this coming, Drexel. Yes, slay queen. Slay like the strong, independent woman you are, Drexelina.
So these people have you doing the voices. What was the game that you said they have you voicing for?
Doki Doki Literature Club.
Wait, Toki Doki?
Doki Doki.
Doki.
D-O-K-I, D-O-K-I.
Oh.
It means I'm Japanese and this is weeb shit. That's what Doki Doki
I was just about to ask what that means. I'm like, why is it twice?
I don't fucking know. I don't know what this weird broken culture is.
Japan is they're getting desperate for that birth rate to go up, Nick, because it's getting rough.
So I'm on Twitter and I'm arguing with Louis Laveau about weed, legalization of weed, because I think that it's time you got to go ahead and legalize it. He thinks no, because it's it leads to further hedonism and all this stuff, and I'm like anime. That's all I'm thinking. I'm like, you're worried about weed? Have you even seen anime? Like, do you even know what degeneracy is going? Go to a convention. The last thing you're going to worry, like you take your kids to, you take a kid to Matsuri. Are you worried at all about weed? You're like, man, nope. I hope I see some stoners. Like that. Please, can I walk by and smell that skunky weed? Because it's better than the other smell.
Of course.
It's better than everything else that's happening. It's better than the LARPering.
We're not going to talk about it. That never happened.
Did you go to the LARP area?
Yeah.
You saw that.
That was on the second floor. Yeah.
Where they're fighting.
So I didn't know what was going on. We literally walked past and there was like that wall. And at first I was kind of like, wait, what the hell? And then it hit me what they were doing. I was like, no.
Yeah.
I got a good little video of it.
They were like organized. They're like attacking in squads and stuff. I'm like, where's the berserker? Where's Leroy Jenkins?
I know.
Leroy! I think next year, Attorney Tom and I we're gonna go into the ring. We'll go into the LARP ring.
As furries?
No.
You saw the furries though, right?
I saw more than one, which meant all I was mad was that I was out of fuel for my flamethrower.
Did you see him outside of the furry costume?
No.
I took a picture.
You would.
I'm sitting there, and so this is the very end. This is the end of this would have been Saturday, and this is after the Vic panel. After the Vic panel, we got food, and it was hot as shit outside. I'm like,
oh my god.
Oh no, we're going back inside because we went to that food truck that was right there, and I'm like, I mean, you weren't gonna get seating anywhere, right? I'm like, hey, we'll just go back inside and eat. So we're up against the corner, sitting on the floor eating, and I'm just kind of like minding my own business, like, okay, yeah, everything's cool, and then the furry shows up and starts like getting out of the furry stuff. So this is the first time I've
there's just a puddle inside that suit too. Just disgusting.
Just gross.
Yeah.
It was still less gross than the creature that stepped out of the furry costume. Nick, I saw this thing along with whatever this thing was that was sitting to my left that had like what looked like something that resembled a G-string. None of it was sexy at all.
So is it a male furry or female furry?
Female furries.
Oh, okay.
It could have fooled me.
You know that's like I think the part of the thing with the fur that you never really know, like till you peel the banana, you don't know what the fruit is. Like you might peel the banana and get a pomegranate, or you might peel the banana and get an eggplant. If you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, I don't want to see either. Dude, here's the thing: when you don't live in that world, you kind of have an idea of who's behind a furry costume. But once you see it, it confirms. They look exactly what I expect them to look. Exactly. Like I knew it wasn't gonna be some hot chick. I was like, Nick, I wasn't sitting there like this. Like, man, I wonder if Adriana Chechik is under there. Nope, she wasn't. Now, Amaranth isn't hot, but I saw whatever she was doing in the horse. Yeah. Every time I see horse heads, I think of Zelda 2 with the horse head. With horse head is the end of level 1.
You had to hit it in the head.
Had it in the head. Remember that?
Yeah. You got to jump and
hit it just right.
Yeah.
Nick, I saw that Amaranth thing. So here's what's funny. I saw the first one I saw was on the quartering, right?
Yeah.
I thought it was a joke.
No.
So I thought that was someone else that he just was saying was Amaranth. And so I was like, no, bro, that's real. Huh? And then like got on the mic or whatever. It was like sucking the mic. I'm like, what the fuck is this?
That ear licking shit. That's something like okay. So I go on Flashcast most Saturdays.
Yep.
And so I'm on Flashcast the other day, and I was right. My prediction was right. I claim vindication. Twitch has killed the hot tub meta by giving it its own section.
Yeah.
Now, like usually the number one stream is literally otters swimming around like a pool at a zoo or something, and so the thoughts have moved away from the hot tub because in that section you get no ad revenue, so they automatic because that's what happened. Like the Twitch, that's why they killed Amaranth and Indie Fox's channels on the hot tub stuff. Or maybe it was just Amaranth at that time. They killed her on the hot tub stuff and they said no ads. Like, because our advertisers are freaking out that basically you're just sitting there in a tiny bikini, like waxing a giant pickle for an audience that is 90% under 19. Right? So they're like, this is not good.
I don't see what the problem is though.
It's just not the association that the brands who are paying for the ads wanted. That's it. At the end of the day, it was business decision. Advertisers say, we're not going to advertise if you can't keep our ads off that. So they cut Amaranth for like 3 days.
Uh-huh.
They brought her back. They gave her full advertising, but then they sectioned off the pools and hot tubs and said, if you're over here, no ad revenue. Which is, I mean, okay,
Yeah,
I think advertisers overreact to all this stuff.
They do.
But at least if you know going in, like if I'm going to do a hot tub titty stream, then no ads, but I'm going to make a ton of simp dollars. That's
what I was.
So then now they've moved though. They've moved off because there's no more, the hot tub thing just isn't profitable as it was. Like they still make the simp dollars, but they'll make the simp dollars anywhere wearing a low cut tank top.
Mm-hmm.
So that's when they moved over to this ASMR thing. And now they're all sitting there like 27 different microphones and they're like licking them and they've got the gain turned way up so it picks up every noise. That's why they whisper, Because if they talked at a normal volume, your eardrums would blow out. But they rub their hair and it picks up the sound that like, and they like meow and purr and stuff. And then they get these microphones shaped like ears and they lick the ears and it makes it's an atrocious thing. And dudes are sitting there thousands at a time, just like watching and listening to this ear play going on and just dumping money into it. That's the new thing. So you saw Amaranth doing, like, that's what you notice the microphone looked like two ears and she's going after it. And it's I love your face right now. It's perfect. It's exactly what you should look like.
Are you fucking serious?
Yeah.
I'll tell you something that Matt Suri taught me.
Huh.
I did a Discord after Matt Suri, and I said, look, I'm going to tell you guys like this. After going to Matt Suri for that 2.5 days, a couple things stood out. One, it reconfirmed what I already knew, Nick. The West is done, right? Done. There's no masculinity left. Like, literally none, right? And two, I see why there's so many fucking incels in the world, honestly. Like, being dead, so like, the environment itself, I'm looking at some of these people and like you can see the thirst. You saw the thirst, right? Over some bottom shelf chicks, right? Dressed in whatever Naruto or Demon Slayer or whatever. And I'm looking like, wait a minute, like, dude, this chick is a 2 on a good day.
Look, when you hungry, a Circle K hot dog will fill the stomach.
The thirst was so out of control. Like these dudes were literal thirst buckets, and I'm like, I see why. And it was their mannerisms, their social interaction, just the way they interact. I'm like, oh, I see why there's so many incels now. It makes sense. I'm like, I get it. And then it also made sense why these women have become so predatory toward these dudes, right?
Yeah.
Nick, watch this. Who do you think is giving money to Amaranth? You think it's like dudes who are on their purpose, grinding, making money, doing things? You think that's the guy donating to Amaranth?
Some of them are making money because, like there's like lots of the amount of money going in, that money's coming from somewhere, right? Like not all these dudes just inherited a buttload of money.
Correct.
So some of them are making good money, but yeah, I mean, I think there's an obvious stereotype as to who is throwing money at Amaranth.
It's disturbing to me.
They're all male models. Bet you don't even know what a googly is.
It's painful to see because you're just like, Nick, you want to help, right? Like you want to what is the name of Kirkman's new show where the whole meme where the guy is sitting there bleeding. He's against the rocks. he's yelling at the dude. The guy with the mustache. Superhero show where he's yelling at the dude.
Oh, Invincible?
I had the name in my head. That's how I view yelling at these simps to stop simping. Nick, they're all like beaten and battered, and they've given away like they got their last simp buck, and they're about to give it to another ethot. I'm like, stop!
And she licks the microphone.
It's like,
and then goes.
Yeah, I can't make this shit up. Yeah, think, Sims, think.
I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna set up a VTuber avatar of a chick and just do ASMR for the rest of my life.
Unbelievable.
Be like,
how do you pay? Okay, so what do you get from listening to that though? Like you're sitting there and what? You just
oral stimulation.
Just read the next chat. I'm mad.
Granny ate.
Yeah, I just saw that.
Could you imagine? Would you like a butterscotch? I'll make you some pancakes and chicken. Okay, here we go. Ascended, not so handsome Jack says, the man, the myth, the legend, Drexel. William Smith says, Drexel and his white balance be like, you will have fresh oracles daily from every corner of the empire. What? Okay. Fannin says, for Drex, is being a sugar daddy a viable strategy in today's dating climate? What's your thoughts on them? What is your advice for dating nowadays? Also, love your podcast.
Thank you.
Drex, love your stuff too, Rakeda. Oh, thanks. I love being the afterthought. So what about sugar daddydom?
I would recommend against it personally. I will say this though. Now, Nick, you're married, so you don't know how fucked up the game is in these streets.
Yeah.
But all interactions I would say, give it 10 years, Nick. It's gonna be purely transactional out here, man. It is real. I know you've been hearing some things, right? How bad it's gotten. It's gonna be like purely transactional in the next decade. But here's the thing. So Nick, think about this for a second. If you're a sugar daddy, does that really make sense in terms of your return on investment as opposed to just hiring a professional for the time that you spend, right?
Yeah, I mean, so let's clarify the term sugar daddy.
Mm-hmm.
So my understanding would be a guy who provides basically money and things
sugar
to a woman in exchange for basically sexual activity and companionship. So it's like being in a relationship, except the understanding is that it's all based on the money. And if that were to stop, the relationship is over.
But I mean, a lot of relationships, Nick. We need to keep it real.
I'm just saying.
I know what you're saying.
Like it's a pretextual understanding. Like,
correct.
This is what we are entering into.
Yep.
I will pay you and buy you things and drive you around in a cool car or whatever.
You're basically like the girlfriend experience, and it's almost like escorting. Well, California and New York have legalized prostitution.
Way too expensive.
Way too expensive. Yeah, that's the thing. Your return on investment. Like I've told guys about this. We've talked about it in the Discord. Your return on investment is important, right? Because when guys ask me, Drex, what about dating and stuff? I was like, look, guys, it's my one gripe with Fresh and Fit. They have a great podcast. My one gripe with them for all the stuff they're telling guys and they're showing guys, like, look, this is the state of modern women, right? Like they're showing guys up close and personal. This is what you're going to be dealing with, right? Yeah. They have all their game and blah, blah. And I get it. But where my one part where I divert is I go like this. So you're telling these guys all of this stuff about female nature, how the game is played today. And then at the end of that, you're like this. So when you date, it's like, wait a minute. Because, they don't believe in marriage, right? But I'm like, but why are you dating though? Like no one, because you're basically paying to play. Most guys who are in a relationship, Nick, in 2021, it's pay to play. Most dudes are not out here being like, oh yeah, man, I got a harem. No, they're paying to play, which is most guys, Nick, most guys are sugar daddies, whether they know it or not.
Yeah.
That's why the infidelity has gotten so out of control. The whole, alpha lays, beta pays. That's very real. A lot of these guys out here who are like, I'm investing this. I'm taking her out to dinner, drinks, movies. You're doing all these trips. We have a girl who's actually coming on to explain what happened in Vegas. She had a simp take her, no sex, right?
Yeah.
She milked him. I mean, when I say milked him. And I'm sitting like this. Good for her. Because the fact that we're in 2021, Nick, and guys are still asking this question, like this is like being a sugar daddy is because Nick, okay, I always ask people this: would you want that for your sons?
No.
Fuck no. If you look at it from that perspective, right? It's like I go hard at single moms, right? People go, Drex, you shouldn't say that. And I go like this. Hold on. I said, would you want? You can ask any parent this. If your son walks up to you like, yeah, I'm gonna go marry Keisha, 3 kids by 2 men, and you're gonna be like, yep, single moms are the backbone of the community. You're gonna be like, fuck no, you don't marry this. You start your own legacy with your own family.
It just reminds me of that Eddie Griffin stand-up. He said, whatever happened to loving a brother with a bus pass, just because you loved him.
Yep.
Like that whole idea is so. What's funny is, so I've seen some stuff in the chat like dating basically is sugar daddy and stuff like that, but it's funny because when like Lady Raggeds and I started dating, we were college broke. There's no sugar to daddy with. Like,
but Nick, do you know what changed? I'll tell you the biggest thing that changed between when you met Lady Raggeds, and today,
right?
Social media,
it
ended it. Any chance you had left of being okay?
Because now everybody pulls up Instagram. And then suddenly they're looking at like Kim Kardashian studying law in a tiny thong bikini that probably costs $800 by a giant pool in a $4 million mansion. They're like, why can't my man give me that? Right? Like
it changed the game because so this is what's happening. Women aren't trying to help a man build shit. Like they're not trying to like support him while he's building. So what ended up happening with the game, Nick, is that all these chicks out here now are basically saying, no, I'll meet you at the finish line, guys. You got to already, and that's why you start hearing these. You've heard about these women's standards, right, Nick?
Yeah.
Oh, he's got to be, and they have a long list.
The 666 Club. The 777 Club.
Yeah, it's getting worse, right? Their standards are getting more insane by the day. And so, Nick, you're looking at them like, but you're a 4, though.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, and they're all saying the same. Like virtually all these women are saying the same thing. Nick, you're not hearing women go, "Oh, I'm perfectly happy with a man who's 5'6" and makes $50,000 a year and is a good man." Nick, they don't even mention qualities. You remember when you and Lady Rackets met? People talked about their value systems, right? Like, hey, do we share the same values? Do we have the same trajectory of what we want out of this relationship? Nick, I shit you not. What I'm seeing out here, all of that is basically gone.
Well, now it used to be, well, I like him, he makes me laugh. Now it's, I like him, he makes me laugh by flying me to LA so I can watch the Ellen show live.
Pretty much.
I mean,
it's that bad. Dude, it really is that bad, man.
That's crazy.
God, it's
crazy
so fucked
up. Okay, so your advice on dating is don't, right?
Don't.
Okay,
No.
there you go. Next, we've got Joshua Vidrine says, Drex, thank you for blowing out Susan's back for our boy Good Logic. Yeah, Joe from Good Logic finally got monetized. It was the second go around. The first
was that the guy that was on your show?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I caught some of that.
And that was the second go. His first go at it, they said you're too dangerous.
What's that supposed to mean?
I don't know. And it's like, and this is not meant in any way to slight Joe, but like he's a lawyer talking about stuff. I didn't see what was dangerous at all about it.
Wrong thing. Like what happened to our man Ken Jennings, who I just had on this morning, by the way.
Yeah, well,
Shout out to Ken Jennings.
Some wrong think, I guess, but at the same time, like, I mean, they monetize a lot of people.
Hold on. Here's what's funny. They say he's dangerous, right?
Yeah.
You heard about the gay men's choir singing about indoctrinating your children, though, right?
Yeah.
So, Nick, what would you find that as?
Oh, that's safe.
Of course it is, right?
That's beautiful.
We got the transgender story hour with children flashing genitals. That's okay, right?
What about the rainbow dildo monkey? Did you not see the rainbow dildo monkey at the...
You mean literal monkey or like someone dressed in a suit?
Someone dressed in a suit with a strap-on hanging off of it and rainbow-colored fur and like the monkey ass cheeks. I think they were fake, like it was plastic. But then doing like a weird like dance in front of the kids. This is at a UK library. You didn't see this? Okay. Let me borrow this keyboard.
Wait a minute. A fucking monkey? A dude? I'm assuming it's a dude, right?
Oh, yeah.
Of course it is. This is all news to me. Let's see this. What the fuck? No. What?
Oh, they have the picture censored. Here, let me find it.
No fucking way.
I can't put this on screen, guys.
Are you
see this?
Serious? Yeah. So he's in a rainbow. He's literally what you just described.
Yeah.
He's a dude in a rainbow monkey costume with a fake butt, almost like a baboon or orangutan, and he's got it looks like what is a pink strap on.
Yeah.
And this is okay. And there's women like...
There are women... I think most of the parents who were there got their kids away immediately.
But the fact that this was allowed is more telling,
It's
right?
in the UK.
UK is completely cucked, bro. Can't spell cuck without UK.
Like, just just absolute.
And this is so Nick. Here's the problem I have. So this is okay, right? You know, there's people that want to say things like, you know, guys like me and you are bad. Ken Jennings is bad for talking about Sophie Long case. You know, they pick and choose who the targets are, right? So if I'm so horrible, what do you call this fuck shit here? A dude dressed up like a damn rainbow monkey with a fucking strap on. But I'm bad. I don't like the way that Drex talks about thoughts. Okay. All right. Am I walking around with a damn strap-on dildo and fucking in a monkey suit with my ass out?
I do. I do now. I was inspired.
Dude, fuck these people, bro. You know, Nick, no one ever talks about how the kids are going to react to this, right? Like, what do you think this does to children's minds?
Excuse me, that's being hateful.
Man, fuck these people, man.
There are people who, that is their, you know, love language expression or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So it's
I don't play a shit.
Yeah, that's good stuff.
I wish they would. If my daughter ever comes back saying, Dad, they had a, wait for it, Nick. Dad, I was in school today and they brought in a rainbow monkey with a fucking dildo.
Wouldn't even finish the sentence.
You had me at rainbow monkey. Okay. When you said rainbow monkey, I just assumed that there would be a strap on attached to it that was pink.
Yep.
The drag queen story hour, right? Flashing genitalia. The Wisconsin dude, remember the head of the.
That was the guy who ran.
That was the one who ran it, right?
Yeah.
What was it called? Was it Tasty Cream or something for the kids? Cream Pie Central. Some bullshit name he had for the little foundation.
I got to check up on his case.
He's gonna get off. You think he's gonna be like serving hard time?
I don't think he'll serve hard time. Maybe a year.
Oh, you know he adopted boys, right? Because these. So for those of you who don't know,
Cream City.
That's what it's called. I said Cream Pie Central. So here's the thing. I want people to fully understand this. The true goal of the rainbow agenda is only to normalize what, Nick? Pedophilia.
Yeah.
That's it. I don't know why people keep thinking, no, Drex, you're being a bigot. Are you fucking serious?
It's the top of the ziggurat, right? Like you've got, so ziggurat's like a pyramid with big levels.
Yep.
Instead of going up smoothly. And so it's the step up each time, and then gleaming on the top of the hill is the map.
What is California trying to legalize now, Nick? That.
Yeah.
They want, dude, the programming that people have been conditioned to believe this fuck shit is okay. Like, no, man, what do you got a problem with gays and lesbians? I was like, look, dude, I don't have a problem with any of that.
Nobody cares about gays.
No one cares. My issue is what they're trying to push onto children and what their ultimate goal is. Because Nick, that is really the point, right? Okay, I'm gonna tell you guys right now, right here now. The next thing, but before we get to the maps, right, Nick? Do you know what's gonna come right before that? bestiality legalized. Yeah, it's coming.
Oh, I got a story for you.
Oh,
out of Florida.
Of course, it's Florida Man, right?
Yep.
Of course it is.
Yep. It involves a veterinarian. Have you seen it?
No.
All right.
Did you hear about the guy who got killed smashing his pet snake? Florida Man, of course. Oh, it's an excellent story, man.
Let's see. Let's see this. Let's see if I can pull it up real quick. Florida. Oh, whoops.
Oh, I hear that in Germany, it says, huh? Dude, the fact that people don't understand. Nick, that's what bothers me. There's still people, no, it can't be. Like, you can't be this stupid at this point. When people start hitting you up, Nick, not understanding this shit, like, come on, bro. It's 2021.
All right, let me.
What agenda? Like, Jesus Christ.
Let me bring this over here into this space.
It still looks weird seeing myself on this other screen.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, but guess what? If you notice, my chin cleared up.
Yeah, that's nice. No more spider.
Yeah, no more spider. It was right here before. Yeah, right side. Yeah, so the spider bite stuff is gone, and my facial hair grew back. So at least there's that.
All right. Let me. Here we go.
Can they see that?
Yeah, this is up on screen now.
Wait, where is our man? Nick,
Who's our man?
John Fairbanks in Nebraska.
Oh, he got it bad.
Oh.
He got a bad sentence. We'll talk about it.
Okay, we're gonna need to do that because okay, how is that man not free?
Yeah, that whole thing did not go over well with the jury and the judge or whatever. They're like, nah, you going away forever.
Forever?
Okay, but take a look at this. South Florida veterinarian arrested on child pornography and bestiality charges. Here he is, Prentice.
Stop.
Prentice Madden.
Let me go ahead and just put you up on some game real quick, Nick. If you find out there's a moist ass dude named Prentice, he's guilty. Whatever the fuck you said. No, Nick, he did. Just watch this. Hey, Nick, just name first crime that comes to mind.
Arson.
Guilty.
Larceny.
Guilty.
Petty larcenary.
Guilty. You know how I know he's guilty? Because his name is Prentice. You see that smile?
Oh, yeah.
What did I tell you guys about what happened in Scarface? When Tony's talking to Manolo. Remember what he said, Nick? It's the eyes, Chico. They never lie. Look at Prentice. Nick, so you say you trust that man around your children?
No.
Fuck out of here, dude.
So let's see. We gotta. He was fired 2 weeks ago when he learned he was under investigation. I don't know if they're gonna say what it was. Oh yeah. 1,600 files of suspected child pornography. They were traced to his home. But you know what got him? He made puppy crush videos.
The hell is that?
Where you literally like crush a puppy to death on video.
Oh, this is not like a video game?
No. Like so this is a veterinarian, right? So you get a puppy and like a rock or something and you just smash it or whatever.
Are you fucking serious?
Yeah, that's what this dude was doing. That's what this dude was into. As well as the child porn and bestiality. And he admitted to having sex with puppies.
What's his name?
Prentice Madden.
I don't need Prentice Madden to go up against the wall. You know what?
Multiple photos and videos of images depicting bestiality. He shared images in chat and admitted in detail to having sex with and abusing dogs. Another explicit video is traced as him as having been taken at the animal hospital. So he's not only is he raping dogs, he's raping dogs he's supposed to be caring for at the vet. Like, I mean, come on, little pooch getting a shot or something. And then,
what kind of shit is this, dude?
What is going on?
Yeah, I did an episode about Clown World not too long ago, Nick, a few weeks back. Okay, so for all you guys out there who are listening, do you guys notice nothing's getting better? Because Nick, on some real shit, Nick, I've had some people, even on your show, who have been like, Drex, you seem pessimistic. I go, I don't consider myself a pessimist. I'm a realist. Yeah. You've never seen me in some bad mood, like, oh, Nick, it's doom and gloom. I'm like, dude. Okay, so Nick, with everything you've seen, have you seen any evidence that makes you say, man, 20 years from now, we're going to be in a better place than we are now? Is there any evidence of that?
Well, at least that guy got arrested. It would have been worse if they would have said, well, I mean, we can't arrest him, though.
The fact that James Fairbanks is currently incarcerated lets you know that, like, there should be no... Dude, you can't make this up, Nick. Like when I tell people, I go, show me what... Okay, show me a sign. Show me this like shining example that makes you say, from here, we're going to progress, and it's going to be great, and things are improving. Nothing is... Nick, I asked that question in my Discord, right? I went like this. For those of you guys who are in the service or know people in the service, right? Yeah. Do you see that getting better? No. Do you see the family structure getting better? The nuclear family? No. Do you see the schools getting better? No. So I went down the line, Nick. Everybody said no to everything, right? I said, so the answer is no to anything, any aspect of our lives getting better, right? Mainstream media. The one thing you could maybe argue is getting better would be independent media like yourself, right?
Yeah.
But what's the flip side?
Censorship.
Big tech censorship neutralizes that to wake people up out of their slumber. So I'm looking around going like this. So what do you want me to do? Oh, hang my hat on, right?
Yeah.
Nothing. And there's James Fairbanks? Wait,
Yeah.
40 to 70 years?
40 to 70 years.
What the fuck?
Still got that stone face, though.
This man's face is real.
You know what you said about Prentice Madden is also true about James Fairbanks, except the caveat is that every crime was justified.
Everything is due to just. How is this
Murder.
man in prison?
Guilty, but
My man said no contest. And this, Nick, here's the thing. Who do you think was on that jury?
let's see. Yeah.
No, see, let me just say this, Nick. This is when doxing is okay. Whoever was on that jury and declared this man guilty, Nick, I'm gonna need them up against the wall, because that means you condone pedophilia. James Fairbanks is an American hero.
Wait, so here's the victim's daughter. Let me see if I can get this on this audio going here. I'll just play it through the speakers. Hopefully we won't get feedback with this different mic setup. Did you just click? Okay.
Yeah.
I was making sure that wasn't something else. All right, here we go. Let's see what she has to say.
The daughter of an Omaha man who was killed back in May is speaking out about the years of abuse she endured from her father. Reporter Sydney Gray shares details from an exclusive interview with Court TV.
Hey, Jenny, good evening. So Amanda Henry, who's the daughter of Matteo Condalucci, says she was molested by her father as a child. Now, we spoke with her back in May, shortly after she learned of her father's death. But in a recent interview, she says she was terrified of her father. Now, we first spoke to Henry over the phone back in May, and she said then she didn't have any ill will toward James Fairbanks. Now, that's the man who was charged with her father's murder. Condalucci was found dead inside his home near 43rd and Pinckney in mid-May, and prosecutors say Fairbanks sent an anonymous email to all local media, including KMTV, confessing to killing Condalucci. In his letter, Fairbanks says he learned of Condalucci's past and, couldn't let him victimize any more children. Henry tells us she hadn't spoke to her dad since the last time he was arrested for child molestation in 2006. She says she was terrified of him.
I've had to live in fear for 34 years, and it has been the worst pain that I could imagine. And so when I finally got the phone call, yes, I was relieved.
Now at 10, we'll hear more from Henry about why she says the system has failed her. James Fairbanks is charged with first-degree murder and use of a firearm to commit a felony. His pretrial is set for August 19th. Reporting live in the newsroom, Sydney Gray, 3 News
the video is obviously from before
sentencing. Yeah, so here's what I'm going to say. Anyone and everyone on that jury, that includes the judge, Nick, everybody. You're done.
Yeah, we cannot endorse doxing on the channel. That is not what we're talking about. They deserve to rethink their actions.
They deserve the next James Fairbanks to go jury hunting. Nick, this can't be allowed in society, man.
He's got an email that he sent. Look at this email. We got to read it.
Oh yeah, this is gonna be great.
Dear media.
Wait. See, his picture should just be there the whole time.
Yeah.
So Nick, do you think he had that same face when he wrote it?
Yep.
Do you think he's like?
I think he has that same face when he's eating his favorite cookies. just flat.
That dude's face has no chill. I love this man.
You know the people who have the face that I've seen too much? James Fairbanks' face is I always see too much. He never stops. He looks like Bill Paxton in Frailty.
Oh. I remember, man, what a movie.
Okay, here we go. I am writing this email to let you know that I killed Matteo Condalucci Thursday, May 14th around 9:45 p.m. While out apartment searching and checking the neighborhoods I wanted to live in, I stumbled across his sex offender registry info. I read where he had molested, raped 2 children, and been convicted twice, yet only served 2 years in prison for raping children. I seen his address was right around the block from where I was looking to move. I drove by, and to my horror, he was standing in his driveway pretending to wash his truck. No soap or water, just a rag, while staring at a group of children playing in the street. I watched him for a few minutes and just felt sick to my stomach. He just kept staring at them. The kids thankfully left and he went inside. I went to drive away and noticed to my amazement this twice convicted sex offender had a playground set in his backyard. No fence, just a slide and a playhouse. Felt sick to my stomach. Having had my own experience with these types of predators, I knew the damage he would do to those kids. It agonized me for days. I couldn't sleep. I researched him more and more and found he had victimized dozens of kids in different states. One kid's mother had created a predator Facebook page about him, trying to warn people about him. Her son had been assaulted by him when he was 5, and the damage he did led the poor guy to die of a drug overdose years later, and his mom directly blamed that incident on him. I've worked with kids for years who have been victimized, and I couldn't in good conscience allow him to do it to anyone else while I had the means to stop him. I'm willing to turn myself in, even though I'm confident I wouldn't be caught, because it's my opinion that we need to fix this in our society. We cannot let this continue to happen to our children. They must be stopped. I know this in this messed up judicial system, that means I will face far more severe punishment for stopping him than he did for raping kids, but I could no longer do nothing. If you need proof the gun was a 9mm, the front door was left open, and the TV was on, I'll turn myself in as soon as I see this has been released. Regards.
Nick.
Reminds me of the quote from the Killdozer guy. Sometimes reasonable men must do unreasonable things.
Killdozer, dude. That had like a recent anniversary too.
Yeah. Yep. I did a show on it.
James Fairbanks. You know, they make movies about heroes, right?
Who would play him in a movie?
Oh yeah, good point. Okay, what actor? Because
you gotta think.
He looks a little shorter, stocky.
Yeah.
Who do you guys think? Who do you guys think should play James Fairbanks?
Robert Duvall's too old.
Too old.
Otherwise, I would have said a
He
younger
would have
Robert
been
Duvall.
Yeah, he would have been perfect. I saw with Brad Pitt.
You'd have to put Brad Pitt on the hero's diet, where he's only eating hero sandwiches.
Yeah, Danny DeVito, but Danny DeVito's too old. Let's not put Mel Gibson. Oh yeah. I think that's a good one. Paul Giamatti.
Yeah.
Yeah, Paul Giamatti.
Yep. That'd be a good one.
Yeah, I think that'd be the best one. And he has that kind of like that man, like fidgety kind of like I just can't allow this to happen. Kind of.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that'd be
Denzel Washington. But you know what? Here's the thing. One of the things that I look at his letter, Nick, that's very telling and very disturbing.
Yeah, what's that?
He acknowledges clown world. He's saying, yo, in this society, I'm facing real consequences for ending a pedo, but a pedo doesn't really face consequences for being a pedo and doing pedo shit.
Yep.
The fact that this is that he knows that he's fully self-aware of this, Nick, and we as citizens are self-aware, and people are still, you know what? Nick, this is why I tell people I don't take people seriously. And they go, oh, Drex, I don't support these things. How did these laws even get in place, Nick? Someone's co-signing, right? Somebody, because remember, Nick, there's state laws and there's federal laws, right? You can have a state law that just says everybody goes around this. Hey, let's go state to state, right? Let's go this 50 times over. Who in this state supports pedos? Anything that involves pedophilia.
I dare you to raise your hand.
Raise your hand. Raise your hand.
Double dog dare you.
Raise your hand. Because we're gonna create state legislation that protects pedo hunters. You see how easily you can shape your own state? Because think about it, Nick. In California, not California, I'm gonna say Colorado, right? California has a Make My Day law. I don't know if you've ever heard of that. Named after the Dirty Harry movie, right? You know, the quote, Make My Day. Yes, that is a law in Colorado. If anyone of you guys are in Colorado, you guys would know about this. Because I lived in Colorado when I went to school. And when I first heard about that, I was like, oh, shit, I didn't know that was a thing. Just because, Nick, state to state, you can set your own culture. That's why going to California is a different living experience than living in Florida. You're like, wow, why is it so different? Right. Dude, you have control of your state. So when you live in Nebraska, where Fairbanks is at, anyone and everyone who allows these laws to exist that protects pedophiles, and that includes the district attorney, fuck the DA, by the way. And it was a woman. Yeah, it was a chick. because that's who protects these people in the rainbow agenda. It's females. In the media, you know, and Nick, did you notice that was his daughter? The daughter of a chomo is sobbing like you saw the damage it did.
Oh yeah.
The boy basically yeeted himself over, you know, drug overdose, right? And this is a woman saying, yo, man, this is the effect it has. We as society, Nick, you know what we say? Well, I mean, you know, let's make sure we give Ray Ray 80 years for drugs. Like, are you fucking serious?
Yeah, I was talking about this. I think I was talking about this yesterday. I don't remember the context that it came up in, but someone was asking me. Oh no, I was on Eric Hunley's show, and we were talking about parole and how basically there's some guy who I don't remember the whole story, but basically the guy claims he's innocent, but he's in jail and he's coming up on parole. And and someone was saying that professing your innocence might actually be bad for you in a parole hearing, because what you're supposed to do is accept responsibility and say that you're ready to reintegrate into society. And so it's like guilt or innocence, like your innocence doesn't actually help you at these parole hearings. And he's like, why is that? And so I was saying it's because we've created a system that doesn't do what it's supposed to do. Prison is intended on paper to stop further harm, rehabilitate, reintegrate, and give people a new lease on life, right? So they come out. And it does basically the opposite of all of those things. It's the worst. People come out of prison worse.
Yep.
They go in, and the punishment system is completely backwards. I mean, you got people with drug convictions, like you said, getting 80 years, while someone who literally raped someone else gets a year. And it's like
children.
Yeah.
That's what's bothersome. Because Nick, when you have these kinds of people do things to like full grown adults, you know, the woman, they seem to get a lot more time. Like think about it. Harvey Weinstein got time, right? Yeah. Yet this Condalucci dude got what, right?
Yep.
Convictions, children. The one thing you can at least say with Harvey Weinstein is it becomes he said, she said, right? Like, because when anytime it comes to adults, people start going, this is kind of, because, you know, you say Harvey Weinstein did these things to you, but we see you on a red carpet 2 years later. You see what I'm saying? Like holding hands with them. It's kind of like, but whereas kids, that's not the case. Like, no.
Yeah.
The fact that we're sitting here and this man is in prison. I would love to hear what the judge was saying, right?
I'd love to hear
the jury, right?
Hear the jury recording. Well, I mean, he did it though, and then you got the one guy over there going like, "So?"
Yeah. but Nick, that means what?
I need a haircut.
All 12 agreed, right?
Yeah.
Well, by the letter of the law, I'm sorry. So pedophilia is okay.
That's when you have jury nullification. That's what
Yep.
should have happened in this case.
Every time. We just can't get a conviction.
It is the case test for jury nullification is James Fairbanks. When you go, I mean, we really don't want people killing each other, but I hate when it does it. Oh, fucking stream disconnected.
Oh shit.
Internet's down.
Reconnecting. Let me see if my phone is. It says my phone is okay.
Yeah. Something weird.
All right, my phone is working.
Yeah, everything's working except for the stream.
Oh, I see.
Did it get taken down?
No way. Is that a thing?
YouTube has done a takedown in the middle of a stream before on accident before, but they usually, I get an email.
Oh, it says we're back. We're
Are
back
we back?
at 144K.
Yeah, we're back. We're back. Okay.
Man, look, Nick, I gotta get out there to Susan at YouTube campuses. Guys, I know it's a long time coming. I gotta smash this horse face. Well, Nick, I didn't tell you. I'm actually gonna make a video after I do this ball cream review. I'm gonna make a video just for Susan. My anti-censorship video. I gotta go ahead and get it in because Susan's getting out of control, man. SusanTube is ridiculous.
All right. So sorry about that. Someone asked why Drex is coming in clear, my camera's garbage. It's because mine is blown way up because I'm farther away than normal, and it may not be quite focused properly on me. I think if I'm here, this is where I'm focused. I'm focused back here, but I'm actually up here. So that was I'll adjust it in a little bit. Okay, back to this question from Joshua Vidrine. He says, "We all know that's what really happened." Blowing Susan's back out. Nick only helped by buying the Gatorade. Have a good night, guys. I should have been sleeping 2 hours ago. Peace. Hey, later, buddy. We've got Pseudo Snark. Says, cheers. Gotta catch this later. Love this show. Been catching up on MGTOW podcast. It's hilarious. Keep being savage, Drex. So there you go.
I gotta be.
Derek Bambanek says, horrendous, lol. Have either of you played Resident Evil 8? Never mind Lady D. I'm just wondering if it's a good game. Pop culture has been cooked.
Yeah, I haven't played it yet. Well, you remember, Nick, I don't have PS4. Look, man, get me in touch with Flash. He's selling his PS4. I need it because my brother is always doing weird shit and all my consoles come up missing or broken or something. So shout out to Flash. If that offer's still on the table, man, you let me know. I'm going to send you the money to get the PS4, man.
Give me the money. Give me the money.
Oh, someone put Joe Pesci as playing James Fairbanks.
Listen here, you fucking pedophile. I'm going to have to kill you. I didn't want to do this, but you're out here diddling kids. We can't have you diddling kids. You think I can leave you fucking diddling kids?
Hey, Joe Pesci would have no chill, bruh.
25 years you're out here diddling kids, and you think I'm going to fucking feel sorry for you? For you?
God bless Joe Pesci, man. Oh, look, someone ain't right. Who is that? Nezuka. Hey, Fat John Bernthal. Because when he was in Punisher, he had no chill. Wait, do you remember how he dealt with that pedo?
Did you go see your man from Punisher Warzone at Matsuri? Did you see him? The dreadlocks.
Ray Stevenson? Is that his name?
No. That was the Punisher. No, the leader of the parkour gang.
Oh, the black dude.
The black dude with the dreadlocks?
I didn't see him.
Yeah, he was there.
Was
TJ
he?
Storm.
Oh, okay.
He was right, like Vic's line. He was like where Vic's line ended. His table was right there. He's the motion cap guy for Godzilla.
Oh, you know what's crazy? I actually saw someone in a Godzilla costume in line for Vic, but it wasn't him because I think that guy's taller.
Yeah, TJ Storm's a big dude.
Yeah. This person was shorter, but
yeah, he was there. I meant to point him out to you, but
man.
I only saw you for like 5 seconds.
I know.
Yeah, remember he's the guy that gets thrown down on the fence?
Bruh. and stepped on.
Yeah.
He is also, Punisher literally falls on his neck and it's like, oh.
He's, I met him. I didn't talk to him this year because he was busy but in 2019, all the Godzilla guys' planes got delayed. And so I was sitting there hanging out in the guest suite, and they all came back at like 4 a.m. from the airport, looking rough. So I got to talk to several of them, all super nice guys.
Nice.
Very cool. Victor Phantasm says, yo, Drex, did this manlet at least offer you a pillow to sit on top of the carpet? This dude got to sit on a chair to be shoulder level. Damn. What's it like in Hobbiton, Black Gandalf? Have you met Mr. Bilbo and Frodo yet?
Oh, my goodness.
Stooge Muffin 7 says, I know you mentioned this before, but you and Drex should play Streets of Rage Remake. It's 1,000,000 times better than Streets of Rage 4 and recently got an update.
Streets of Rage Remake?
Yeah, someone did a remake of it.
I don't know if it can be better, man, because with all the new mechanics, Streets of Rage 4 just works.
I don't know, the people who keep doing the Dungeons and Dragons like Neon and stuff like that, they do really good jobs.
Oh. But see, Streets of Rage 2 was the best one. The mechanics introduced in part 3, like remember the running mechanic, it had those great, those little added, those nuances.
2 is just great.
2 was like you know, sometimes they just had that balance. It was the music, it was the move set, it was the atmosphere. Great music in Streets of Rage 2, man. Oh my God.
Nightmare FD3S says, my favorite degenerate is back. It's been a while enjoying Thought Girl Summer. Can we get an F in chat for Lil Nas X and the Military Simps?
Oh God, that dude.
Silver Coins Go Clink Clink says, Australia and the Philippines have 4-foot tall bats. Should set up a GoFundMe to help arm those poor people. Well, Australia isn't real, though. The Philippines, I'm behind that. Mither Nemmer says, to be real, Nick, the guys watching Amaranth are not just watching and listening. You know they're dumping that money one-handed. Razgriz Reborn says, Nick showed chiseled Adonis video about the GB girl who had 50 dudes a night and makes $50,000 a month from OnlyFans. No, that's depressing.
Damn.
Synac 8 says, I sure can't wait for the feds holding my W-2 tax returns until I get vaccinated. On the topic of VTubers, Drex, who is your favorite HoloLive VTuber?
HoloLive?
The anime VTubers. We know you watch all of them.
Yeah, I couldn't say because I don't watch any of that kind of stuff. Hell, my daughter has watched far more because I don't watch any of the new stuff. It's just, it becomes about time and everything. It's not else.
Anime. It's YouTubers who use an anime avatar. Like they create a character.
Oh, yeah. I haven't seen any of these guys.
You've not seen Simpery before.
Oh.
So on the global super chat rankings, right? Like of people who make money on super chats. Who do you think is number one super chat earner in the United States?
I heard you're up there, right? Like number 2 or 3?
No, I'm like 6.
6? Okay, yeah.
Maybe 7 now.
Okay.
But who do you think is number one in the U.S.?
In the U.S.? Oh, shit.
You know this creator. That's why I'm asking about.
Oh, wow. Oh, shit. And does super chats?
Yeah. So lots of live shows. It's a news show.
Oh, shit. I couldn't think.
Tim Pool.
Oh, yeah. I should have known.
Tim Pool.
Yeah, you're right. Yep.
He's number one in the U.S.
Okay.
He's number 18 or 19 in the world. And everybody above him is an anime VTuber. And the number one has at least quadruple the super chats that Tim Pool does.
Jesus.
And they've been doing it for less time by a significant margin.
Good for them for getting the bread, though.
But you want to see embarrassing simpery. Like people throw money at... I don't even know. And they're not nude or anything. Like it's an anime avatar. And it's a stupid anime girl voice. And just speaking Japanese largely. Most of them are Japanese tubers, but... How's your day?
You know what, Nick? I made a comment. I was talking to Dollhouse Phil about this. Right? We did a live stream. Most guys want to be slaves, man. They want to be like they don't really want to be free. They don't really want to better themselves. They want to be fucking slaves. Like they want to be simps. Like Nick, when they wake up, they're like, I just can't wait to simp. Like I'm just Nick. A lot of us, I think,
that's what I do when I wake up. Please don't make fun of that.
I truly believe this, Nick. I truly believe that there's this large segment of guys where, and Phil, Dollhouse Phil talked about this. He said he's noticed a lot of these guys when they talk about like the corrupt family courts and how they want things to go back, blah blah. He goes, what they're really trying to say is, I just want a simp. I want to pedestalize some used up thought and be like, yeah, I got my queen, and then simp. Like that's what they really want. It's just like, what can you do, man?
Let's see. What we can do is read this chat here.
So this is Streets of Rage.
Clever Duck says, in lemon voice, can you sing to Drex? You're once, twice, 3 times a cunt slut. I guess that was horrible. Thank you. Fuck these simps says, watch Vax that thing up from start to end, and then Drex must let us know if Juvenile, Manny Fresh, and Mia X all deserve the wall. I don't know if I want to do that. We can't watch it on stream. It'll get copyright claimed.
Wait, what would?
Juvenile and who was it?
Oh, the
Manny Fresh did
back
that
the
thing up.
Oh, I heard about that. Yeah. Another Illuminati puppet.
Wizards First Rule 57 says, Nick, have you seen Games Workshop's new policy on Warhammer fan films? Also, kaboom. Yes. Well, I mean, I've not actually read their policy, but I've seen the results of it just destroying the fan community. What a stupid move.
The hell is feminist boys?
Oh. You don't want to know. Okay. Luna LaFay says it's a shame that most good women nowadays are shrouded by sugar babies. What are your thoughts on wanting to be a good housewife and virgin girls who want to wait till marriage, Drex and Nick?
You want to take that one?
Well, they asked both of us.
So, what do you think?
Do it.
Which part?
If they're virgin girls who want to be a good housewife and wait till they get married to give up the goods, so to speak.
We both agree 1,000% on that. I'm going to tell you something that is going to be difficult, and I want the women out there, especially the few. I can't stress how few quality women are out there that are left, Nick.
Yeah,
the few quality women left who are watching this or listening to this or will listen to this later in the future. This is going to be their problem going forward. I don't know if you know this, Nick. It's gotten so fucked up in these streets that even if you show up as a virgin and you're a good girl, blah, 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 dudes are still suspicious of you. I don't know if you've noticed this or heard about this, because guys are like...
Well, yeah, guys are suspicious. The other problem is men are wired to desire sexual activity.
Yep.
And so the problem that you face is you're going to be trying to find a guy who's going to actually tolerate that.
And that's what I'm saying. In this culture, because what they're doing actually does work. I'm not knocking. Like, women should be virgins until marriage. Here's the problem, though. The guys now are like, wait a minute. So if I buy into this chick, and we end up getting married, and then what if the sex is whack, or what if she flips? The what if that didn't happen before, Nick? 200 years ago, guys weren't saying that, right? Because there was no open sexual marketplace. There was no sexual liberation, right? So, and I'm not going to lie, Nick, that part does, it saddens me from the woman's perspective. Like I empathize with, like, because if everyone around is a thought, like, guys are like, why the hell would I wait? Because that's what guys are saying. Nick, guys aren't waiting for shit now. They're like, and they talk about this on Fresh and Fit, because basically, what these women are asking for is a guy to invest resources, attention, time, and money, right? ATM, to get what, right? So if a guy's saying, so I'm investing all this to get something that may or may not even be that good, nah, I'm good, fam. Let me go ahead and swipe, right? You see, and that's the problem.
Yeah, I say have hope, have faith.
Absolutely, like small towns as a general rule of thumb.
Plus, in the long haul, even if it fails, you're still better off.
Yeah.
You're still better off saving yourself from that smut life.
Oh, man. Yeah, Coach Greg Adams made a video recently, Nick. I think it was a day or two ago. Said once she travels down Highway 304, use a hoe. She's like, there's no exit. And we've seen this, Nick. Once girls went down that path, that was their path for life. Dudes can get off, Nick. A guy can go down the wrong path and legitimately rebuild himself. He's like, I fucked up. I got into some trouble. I did X, Y, and Z. I made mistakes. I made some bad decisions. I rebuilt myself, right? When I see females do it, Nick, you don't believe me? Go to the black church. You will see nothing but used up, walled out, stalled out, weather-beaten, trollop, DNA dumpster bitches, right? And when you see them, they all, oh, praise the Lord. I'm curious. Like, dudes are looking like, hold up, nah. They're ratchet, and it's sad, man.
Let's see. Serp YouTube says, did you guys see that article from Washington Post? Yes, called "Yes, I Want Kink at Pride. Yes, I Want My Children to See It." Had people in gimp suits and dog masks walking around on all fours and shit. It's not even about gay rights. It's just a fetish party now.
Yeah. I covered that in my Clown War video. Yeah, Nick. And who do you think wrote it? A chick married to a chick.
Oh, well,
of course.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, of course.
Lizard American says, pedos are so brazen to reveal themselves these days. Just make a video about maps and their depravity, and they'll come out of the woodwork announcing themselves and trying to justify their nonsense.
What is this feminist boy?
We need to do that Pink Floyd remake, Drex. All in all, you're just another map on the wall. Sitting there, that's brilliant. Put up like actual maps and just like start shooting holes in them on a wall.
Yeah, I have no chill on these people, man. None. None. Well, Nick, do you know what's crazy? Do you know what actually reinforces my deep-seated resentment of these people? Ironically, it's every time I'm around kids. I show up, you're a littlest one. It's like, oh, Uncle Drexel's here. And I'm thinking to myself, what sick fuck looks at these small kids who are innocent and has these, against the wall? Nick, I'm tired of and I'm tired of people trying to justify, like trying to angle it a certain way. Like, no, you're just getting it confused. I ain't getting shit confused. When you start talking about harming kids, whether it's physical violence, sexual violence, emotional, yeah. See, I'm gonna need that Kim Jong-un treatment. I'm gonna open up the piranha tank.
We're gonna need you to catapult into the wall, not over it.
Yeah,
right into it.
Splat.
And if you can stand up, we're gonna catapult you again until you like keel hauling. You ever heard of keel hauling? The boat thing. So they tie you to the keel of the boat, like the main board that goes from the front to the back.
Mm-hmm.
They tie a rope to that, and they tie your ass to the other end of the rope, and they pitch you off the front of the boat. And they put an oiled rag or sponge in your mouth so that water doesn't get in, so you can't drown. And you just bounce off the barnacles on the bottom and get all cut up, and then they haul you out of the water again. And like if you're still alive, they go, all right, cool, and throw you back off the front. Oh
shit!
And just keep going until you're done.
Oh wow!
It was the old pirate torture. Like you're not. I
like that oiled rag part.
Yeah,
because you're done.
You don't want them drowning.
Yeah, you don't want them drowned.
No.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah. Trouble Lord says, Phil Harvey's. If I Were the Devil speech, 3-minute speech, well worth the listen. If you haven't heard it, keep up the work. Yeah, it's a very good speech. People should definitely listen to it. It was a great broadcast. Revenant 465 says there are hot tub VTubers now. Yeah, I know. Stupid. Frankie Ramon says Polygon. R.A. Salvatore Cucks agree Drowse as evil, wrong, and apologizes and will expand lore, but definitely not pressured to. F's in chat for Drizzt de Orden. Also, Drex, look up VTuber Corona Pandemic Stay Home clip.
I've never heard of any of these people. Like, first of all, I keep seeing like all this weird shit. I heard
feminist boys. We're gonna.
What is that?
I'm gonna
sure
ruin
it's
your
terrible.
day. I'm gonna ruin your day.
So is that a group?
Yeah, we'll go with that.
That didn't sound convincing.
I might keep this thing on mute.
Feminist boys, Blood Eagle. Oh yeah, a Colombian necktie. So
about social justice.
Are you ready? Here, I'll pull it up on screen. There we go. So now you can just watch it.
So this is a music video.
All right, you ready?
Justice, revolution, and how to be powerful in the bodies that you have.
Macho, punch, tough guy.
That's so passe. That's not my future.
Macho, grab. Oh, you're annoyed?
That's so toxic. I'm a feminist boy.
Watch me be a man who has all the feels. I can laugh, cry, sing, and still keep it real.
I don't have to just to get respect.
I know words, not fists, solve arguments.
Watch me be a man who doesn't only wear blue, white, can't pink, and purple. B-boy colors too. I feel bad for macho men who won't wear sparkles. Those old color codes are so patriarchal.
Macho, macho, punch, punch, tough guy girl. That is so passe, that is not my future. Macho, macho, grab, grab, oh you're annoyed.
That's so toxic, I'm a feminist boy. Watch me be an Asian man who plays leading roles, cause it's not just white dudes who can be heroes.
We got more than Jackie Chan, we've got more than Bruce Lee.
Watch out, Hollywood, here's life starring me.
Watch me be a baller like Jeremy Lin. I got game, no need to be as tall as him.
Don't need to be big just to be a winner. Don't need to be a girl to help cook dinner.
Give it up for the feminist boy. He knows that we aren't playing coy. We don't wanna be saved, we are already brave. Cause girls who make history are rarely well behaved.
Watch me be a man who asks for consent.
I stand up to bullies who disrespect.
If you need to be heard, I'm a good listener. I love my mom, I'm an ally to my sisters.
Give it up for the feminist boy.
I'm a feminist boy.
Hypermasculinity is ego fragility, empathetic inability, imbecility. Give it up for the feminist boy. I'm a feminist boy.
I'm a feminist boy.
Radical Rascal!
How'd you like that?
First off, where did this video originate from?
The Radical Cram School.
Where is that?
It's an award-winning digital series where Asian American kids aged 6 through 12 explore the power of their identities, revolution, and social justice through puppets, community storytelling, and comedy. Radical Cram School features performance artist and comedian Christina Wong and is created by Wong, director Janessa Jaffe, and producers Anna Michelle Wang and Theodore Chow.
Nuke it in Roblox. Yeah, they can go against the wall.
Give it up for the feminist boy. That's a little nefarious, isn't it? Like having girls say give it up
Yeah,
for
give it
the
up.
feminist
Yeah.
boy.
So
Seems like they're subverting those girls' consent right there.
there's a lot of problems with that video. I mean, where to begin, right? But I'll keep it short and sweet, Nick. It's the part I love the most. All right, this is the reason why I love feminism so much, right? This is why. This is for all you ladies in the chat, right? This is for all the ladies. Question A. Do you want your son to be one of those boys in that feminist boys thing, right? Or guys can say it too, right? Like, would you want your son? Now here's the big kicker, Nick. This one is definitely for the ladies. Would you date or marry, Nick, God forbid, you even fuck one of these grown up feminist boys, right? Nick, do you think girls want boys like that? You think
Yeah.
Yeah, they get hot for that, right?
Look, he doesn't have to be as tall as Jeremy Lin to play ball like him.
Yep.
You literally do, though.
Yeah. It's part of the whole NBA culture that you don't need height. It's prioritized.
I mean, a couple guys have kind of broken it, but that's I mean,
It's the rarest of rare of rare.
Are they even around anymore? I mean, that
No.
was like a 90s thing.
Yeah, you don't see short dudes. The game has changed so much.
Yeah.
It's so much more. It's similar to Euroball now. You can't be short.
Have you seen that picture with Shaq and Charles Barkley by The Rock?
Yeah, The Rock looks little.
Yeah, he looks like a little guy.
That gives you an idea. That's why I laugh when people are out here making comments. I'm like, dude, I go, do you know who these dudes are? Like,
how big Shaq is?
I mean, because Nick,
Shaq would make you look little.
I look tiny.
Rock's what, 6'4"?
Yeah, he's a taller dude.
He's not
little.
He
looked tiny.
Like Stallone is short.
Mm-hmm.
Stallone was
he's
big,
just very built
and stuff, but he was short guy, and so he always looked kind of.
Yeah, The Rock. What height is The Rock? I want to say The Rock he's got to be about 6 to 6'2", somewhere in that range.
I think I thought he was 6'4", but
because Charles Barkley is listed at 6'6", but he's probably closer to like 6'4", 6'5". Shaq, of course, is 7'1", 7'2".
Yeah.
And when you see The Rock, that gives you an idea of dude. When you saw Shaq in his prime just dominate, you're like, damn, why aren't they stopping him? Well, go find me a human that can be that big and that mobile and agile.
And he's like 380 or something. Like,
dude was
getting away,
just beasting.
Yeah.
So
it was like in UFC 20, right?
Yep.
When the big dude comes, so Kevin Randleman fights Bas Rutten in UFC 20. And that is not the story of UFC 20.
Of course not.
The story is there is a big dude with the Hammer House. He's this big black dude wearing an orange shirt. And he is...
Little headphones.
He is little in-ear headphones hanging around his neck. He is one of the single biggest people I have ever seen. Because here's how you know. Mark Coleman, who's what, 6'4", 260?
Coleman's a big dude.
Looks like a normal guy in a polo next to this dude. He looks like a guy you'd be just walking down the street and would walk past.
Yep.
And if you were sitting next to Mark Coleman, the average man is going to be unmanned immediately.
Yep.
Mark Coleman was unmanned by this beast of a dude.
Do you know what size he was, Nick? He was half Thor size.
Yeah.
Because remember, he grabbed Octagon like this. And I remember like watching that with you being like, wait a minute, because
dudes get thrown into that thing and it
doesn't move. He grabs the octagon, the edge of the octagon, and starts shaking it like this. And I'm looking at Nick like, wait a minute. And Nick, the dude was so massive. He was freakishly massive. Like,
yeah.
But because we've all seen like freakish sized dudes where usually they're like one or the other, right? They're freakishly tall or freakishly big. But very rarely, that's why I said a guy like Half Thor who has that, he has both. He has the height and that mutant physique. And I'm looking at this dude like, man. And then I think you told me you actually followed up on the story and found the guy like robbing an armored truck.
Tried to rob an armored truck. He just couldn't get back out the door. His shoulders are too wide. He had to walk sideways through the octagon door. He was too big.
Yeah, he was massive. But the feminist boys thing. This is the thing, Nick. This is the reason why I go so hard at females. A lot of people think destructions hate women. I go, look, Nick, who pushed for this? Was it men or women? Who pushed for feminist boys? Wasn't the dudes. The women are the ones who propagate and promote this shit.
Yeah, I was gonna say simps, but
well, here's the thing: the simps come later because remember, the simps are following the lead of the woman.
Right. Okay.
So women are like this. We need a softer, kinder, gentler man. Yes, queen. And so they come after.
But it's funny who's saying that though, right? Because like you notice, it's not the top shelf women.
Never.
Saying,
Never.
I want to sound. So these guys are being duped by chicks that they're not even after.
Yep. Oh, and here's the thing though. Those women, and when you see these tatted up, fucking used up broads out here as single moms, and they're always single moms, or they have weak beta male fathers. The thing that strikes me though, Nick, is that ask any of those women, right? Those moms who are more than likely single, who are the men they've dealt with, Nick? How did they become single moms? You think they were smashing some feminist boy type of dude? No. They were getting raw dog by some random fucking alpha.
By Ronnie O'Neal
III. And he went ahead and like Coach Graham said, he roared all up and just busting in her. That's how these chicks become single moms, is that they're going for the guy that they actually desire. Then after that doesn't work, Nick, well, he's an asshole. Men are toxic. No. You got with a dirty dick Rodney.
Yeah.
You should have vetted better. You knew this dude wasn't going to be there for you and these goddamn kids. You know why, Nick? Because he's got 8 other kids by 7 other women.
Yep.
Don't look shocked. Don't be so, I don't know why he left. Oh, I'm sorry. I mean, Nick, I have seen this fuckery time and again. They have daycares in middle school now and high school.
Stop.
Do you guys know about that? I'm sure some of you guys in the chat. Did any of you guys in the chat go to a middle school or a high school that had a daycare for these ratchet ass single moms? These bitches are unbelievable. Nick, I'm looking around like no one sees feminist boys as a problem. Everyone's just like, no, nothing to see here. Oh, it's just me. I'm toxic. Okay, sure.
Yeah,
all right.
No, the obviously it's a problem.
Oh yeah, his high school had a daycare and a big playground. Black Hyman.
For me, the problem is what they're doing to these boys who are performing. Like what they're doing there, that's horrible.
They're being conditioned. But hold on, Nick. These boys, what are they going to be 10 to 15 years from now?
Horrible. They're gonna be nasty dudes.
Now, here's the thing. Let's just say, for the sake of argument, they buy into the feminist boy logic, right? They just become whipped, effeminate, euthanized males, right? What does that male feminist guy usually turn out to be later in life, Nick?
An offender of some sort.
That's right. Either with children, beating women. That's who. I always tell you guys, man. The horrible fate of the black community is what's coming to everybody. And when you guys start to look at what's going on, this conditioning, because Nick, the devil goes after the female. It doesn't go after the dude. If you want to control society, you don't go after men. That shit's not gonna work. They're gonna fight back. What do? You go after the women. You target women. You pump them up with nothing but bullshit. And then what are they going to do? They're going to they're going to bring everything else down with them, Nick. There's an old saying. I'm sure you've heard, right? Nick, if mama ain't happy, no one's happy. You've heard that saying, right? You know, there's no equivalent for men. There are a lot of miserable dudes out there, Nick, who are fathers, who are like this. I just got to grind. I don't care how miserable I am. I don't check it out on my family. My kids they need to provide and protect. They will grind. Nick, I've worked with dudes who are, Nick, miserable. Miserable.
I was saying it the other day. I was saying it on Father's Day. Men often suffer in silence.
Absolutely.
Because there's a male, I don't know if it's conditioning or what it is, but our whole thing has been, well, look, you have to do something.
Yep.
Like I watched Hollywood Shuffle the other day. You remember Hollywood Shuffle?
Yep.
And the whole premise of the movie is, I mean, he wants to be an actor, but it's amazing because that whole community is like, well, you got to work. Like we're giving you this because we got to work. And he's like, there's work at the post office. Like, I know you got to work. Everybody's got to work, but try and do something better than this stuff. But it was the mentality for men. You have to go to work.
Yeah.
Like you have to go.
You don't have too many
thing.
stay-at-home husbands. Like you, because here's the thing, women aren't going to sit around and just take care of a dude as a general rule of thumb.
Yeah.
Are there some women out there who have a house husband? Sure. But that's not and they all try to promote that like that's cool. I was like, look,
if it works for you, great. But
Nick,
it usually
still doesn't. She doesn't respect him. She's always cheating. Have you ever seen the infidelity rate of what happens when women out earn their men? The infidelity and divorce rate, it skyrockets. These college educated women are at a divorce rate of 90%. They have no respect for this dude. If she sees you as less than her, like, ew, I came home and you're sitting playing Xbox. Well, I'm out working while you ain't. But I mean, honey, I kept the house clean. I was playing with the kids. She's looking at this motherfucker like, you're not a man. Do you know what she's going to get smashed by? The boss at work, right? A guy that she views as higher than her.
Or a random dude.
Or a rando.
Even worse. Some jobless dude.
Someone who has, you know what that jobless guy has, Nick? He has some form of masculinity. That's why when that video talked about consent, he's big.
Muscular.
He could literally be a fucking damn bonobo, right? A deformed, less evolved chimp. And the thing that I noticed, Nick, is I look at these situations, right? These things that happen in our social climate, and how it just keeps devolving, gets more and more degenerate. I'm looking around and I'm like, who still takes these broads seriously? Still, Nick, I don't know, like you would know this, but there's like some of the guys in your chat may know this. There's a huge influx of women on social media, right? TikTok, all this.
Some guy with a job at the Fossil Watch store.
It's true though, Nick. If you saw the dudes, if you saw the deadbeat, like, do you know Armor from?
I know people though who I know. You know, of course, there's always exceptions, right? Like I know people who have the dad is stay at home because the mom is like a doctor or whatever. Like, and so the dad stays at home, takes care of the kids, does the homeschooling and stuff like that.
It's not this. Here's the thing. I wouldn't promote it because, as a general rule of thumb, Nick, let's face this: there's not that many female doctors who are like the sole breadwinner of a family. Like, and this is where people get confused. I always say, if something works for you, hey, I'm happy for you, right? If it works for you, I'm happy for you. What I'm saying is that's not the norm. It's not like you. I want you guys to look around and see how many female doctors you see just being like, oh yeah, I go to work every day. My husband just sits at home and takes care of the kids. You don't really see that very often. That's why when you do see it, you're shocked, right? Oh shit, damn, I haven't seen that before. You don't see it very often.
Yeah.
Nick, what's going on? Shout out to my man Amar from Alpha Male Lifestyle, right? He talked about this. He was like, when he drove a cab in LA, right? He's like, who do you think these women were cheating on their husbands or boyfriends with? The exact guy you just said. Literal bums. Bums, Nick. Bums. But you know what the bum had that the husband or boyfriend didn't have? These guys weren't talking about some consent. And this is where people get confused, Nick. When I talk about, when I told you, just grab these bitches by the throat. If they didn't want that, Nick, they would say it. They're like, oh, you're not grabbing me by the throat. All these guys, you saw those guys in those boys in that video, Nick. 10 years from now, when they go up to a girl in school and, hey, is it okay if I hold your hand? You know what she's going to say? Fuck no.
Yeah.
Guess what happens to the guy who just walks up like this and just grabs her and he's more assertive. Look, Nick, well, because if she says no, he'll back off. These boys are fucking doomed, man. Go ahead and read the super chat, man. Fuck these fucking feminist boys.
So I take it you're not a fan of the song.
Here's what's sad.
You're gonna put it on your playlist?
It's still better than the gay men's choir singing about the indoctrination of the children. I know you saw that video.
Yeah, well, I sort of did. I think that came out while I was down in Matsuri. You weren't down there yet.
Yep, I remember. Some YouTuber had posted it, and I remember seeing that, being like, Jesus.
Yeah, it's so just to wrap up the commentary on that. I think that's basically child abuse. I think you're setting children up for failure. I think it's this idea that you can just destroy. You can try to force the destruction of traditional sort of gender roles and gender qualities is a faulty idea. It doesn't mean that they universally apply to everybody. There's exceptions to everything. So yeah, you're gonna find some guy who cries in public or whatever. Okay.
How does he get treated though?
I don't know. I make fun of Vic all the time. You're gonna find somebody who does something, or that's great. It's wonderful. People can buck gender trends on individual bases. Yeah, on individual bases. But I think trying to force it is wrong. It doesn't make sense. Again, it's about when you're teaching and educating kids, you educate them towards normative behavior, and they can explore those other things as they become not kids if they want to do that.
Agreed.
But, adults can go, mess with their lives in their own ways and figure that out. Don't do it to kids.
Well, I had something for you. I had Ken Jennings on, and he made these comments about, how, you can't give kids these hormone replacements and all that stuff. I had my girl send me something. Uh-oh. I meant to send it to you. And from a legal standpoint, Nick, I want you to see this. Send to Nick Rekieta. This is just for you. I sent it to your Facebook. And yeah, I want you guys to see this. And like I said, I go at Ken Jennings about this. Shout out to Ken Jennings, by the way. But I have no chill with any of this agenda shit. None. I don't want to hear anything about this trans shit because it's all a falsehood. And yeah, I want you guys to look at this.
Hold on, I gotta get it pulled up on.
Oh yeah. I want you guys to see this fuck shit. You think Feminist Boys is bad?
All right, so its father considers lawsuit against gender clinic for affirming 9-year-old autistic son as transgender lesbian, sweeping kids towards the crack. Father's weighing a civil action against the Minnesota gender clinic he claims tried to refer his autistic son for puberty blockers after affirming him as transgender when he was 9. Brenton Netz, 49. Drex. The man is almost 50.
Yep.
Do you think he has any patience for any of this?
Any of this. Any of it. And his son is 9?
Do what?
Nick, he went 40 years of not, because Nick, think about our parents. If you start explaining all this like new woke shit to them, do you know how they would look at you like, fuck are you talking about?
They don't believe you.
It's foreign to them. They're like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's 56 genders. What?
Yeah, because what parents get, they get the CNN version, right? Like they don't get the Twitter version, like where things are going.
Yep.
They get where things have gone. So when parents get social justice stuff, it's always like, oh, Black Lives Matter. Oh, okay, well, I don't like violence against black people, and I really wish policing was a little different. That's what they get, and they're like, oh yeah, I'm on this side, and it's like, but have you heard of this? And they're like, what the hell is that?
Yep.
It doesn't even compute what you're talking about. It's crazy. So Brenton Netz of Marquette, Michigan, detailed to the Daily Wire the uphill battle he has faced trying to prevent his son from being inducted into the transgender ideology he described as a state-sanctioned cult. When he accidentally discovered his son's medical records in 2018, because they were linked to his name, Netz realized the child's mother had been taking him to a gender-affirming clinic without his consent.
Oh, Nick, now imagine that. What did I always say? Who tends to go over here and try to indoctrinate these? Who does it? Nick, show me evidence that it is a bunch of dudes out here, hold on, heterosexual, masculine men who are taking their kids. Yeah, my kid's trans. Show me, because it doesn't happen. Do you know Nick? You seen those those images like pride parades, right? Who's there, Nick? Bitch-made moist fucking beta males, and who else?
Lesbians.
Women. It's women pushing this fuck shit.
After a long legal battle, Netz obtained a court order in 2020 to prevent his son, now 11, from receiving further medical intervention at the clinic, which he claims is weeks away from issuing a referral for puberty-blocking drugs.
Yep.
Netz holds joint legal custody, which affords him equal say in major decisions about his child's education, healthcare, and religious training under Minnesota law. He alleges the gender clinic did not respect his parental rights until he retained legal counsel. Yeah, of course not.
No, hold on, Nick.
Oh, I don't have a court order. I don't have to listen to you. You literally do. I don't know that.
Yeah. And Nick, I bring this up because I'm not the only one that could be put in this situation. It could happen to me, right? It can happen to any dude out there. That's who pushes this. And yet I keep hearing from women, it's not all women. Stop. If you guys want to prove you're not on this fuck shit train, then you should be, because remember, do you know what this is really about, Nick? You know what this whole thing that you see is about? It's about fucking social credit, woke points. When you go and see all these women going, I have a trans kid, woo! That's what it's for, Nick. Look, Charlize Theron, right? Do you remember that era where these Hollywood actors were always adopting kids, right? Especially black, brown, and Asian children, right? Every time you saw a Hollywood actress, notice it was actress, not actor. Actress was always adopting these black and Asian kids. You're kind of like, what the fuck? That's because they were getting woke points, right? Then what happened, Nick? That wasn't enough. What did they have to do? What was the next step? Oh, you can't just adopt, and you can't just adopt black and brown kids. Oh, and before that, it was the names, right? Remember the crazy celebrity kid names?
Yeah.
Each level got more woke, and adoption no longer became the it thing. The new it thing is you got to adopt a kid from Africa or Asia or India, and then they got to be trans.
Yeah.
Fuck out of here with this
It's
bullshit.
So this is since lawyering up, Netz is planning to file a lawsuit he hopes will set a precedent regarding the rapidly proliferating number of gender clinics offer puberty blockers to children. CentraCare Health's gender medicine clinic in St. Cloud, Minnesota. Hey, just a stone's throw from your 45
dude,
minutes.
it's real. Where's Ken Jennings at? He said that this shit, no, it can't happen. Yeah, exactly.
Stefan's an advanced practice registered nurse and certified sex counselor. Told the St. Cloud Times in 2018 that the clinic assists their younger patients primarily with behavioral health services and family therapy in a gender-affirming approach and model. She also explained, except not for their biological gender.
They
don't affirm that gender. They affirm
opposite,
the other gender.
Yep. But Nick, who do they tend to target? Boys. It's dude. When you guys look at this whole trans thing, it's boys they target. That's why they always want to neuter these boys, because that's who's going to fight back. Come on, man.
There he was diagnosed with gender dysphoria by the clinic's gender therapist, Troy Weber Brown, who identifies as a non-binary male and uses they, them, theirs pronouns. Weber Brown's session notes repeatedly refer to Netz's son using female or plural pronouns, as well as a female variation of his name. One entry claims the young boy identifies as a transgender lesbian. He was 9.
Now, hold on.
He was 9.
Now, to be fair, I do identify as a masculine presenting transgender lesbian myself.
The kid was 9.
Yep.
He wasn't identifying as shit.
He wasn't identifying shit. So what happened? Tell me what really happened. So what really happened there, Nick?
It's brainwashing, obviously.
Who's doing it?
Well, the clinic and probably the mom, since the mom's the one bringing them to the clinic.
To the clinic to confirm. Fuck these people, man.
It's not.
Hey, where's all the ladies at? Nick, where's all the ladies speaking out against this? Oh, wait, that's my bad. They don't speak out against it. They condone and endorse this fuck shit. Fuck that, man.
All right, I'm not going to keep going.
Yeah, you don't need to. Yeah, I just want people to know, because that's right here. Nick, because that's why she sent it to me.
Yeah.
She goes, Drex, this is right here in our backyard. I'm thinking, shit. Nick, every level has been completely corrupted, co-opted, and fucking cucked. The military is cucked. The educational system is cucked. The medical and psychological field has been cucked. Dude, Ken Jennings said that when he went to work, he said that like in that profession, he's like 90% of your coworkers are going to be female.
Yeah.
What do you think they did to that profession, Nick? Nick, how many trans kids were there 60 years ago? Oh, you didn't see them. All of a sudden, when you put women in charge, what did you get? Total fuck shit. Everyone's trans now. Their pronouns. Dude, that's why I don't take these people seriously, man. Like, when I hear these guys saying, Drex, you're wrong. You're just a hater. Yeah, okay, all right. Well, take your kid to a fucking gender-affirming clinic. Nick, you never even heard about that shit, did you? Do you even know that existed?
No.
A gender-affirming clinic? The
no,
fuck?
It's only on Daily Wire. So who reads? Like, I don't read Daily Wire.
But Nick,
why would I read Daily Wire when I could listen to the Ben Shapiro
audiobook
version?
Of course.
Yeah, no, it's just crazy. Like the whole, again, the gender thing has gone. It's gone way too far. Like, look, if you want to identify as something other than your biological gender when you're an adult, go ahead. I don't care. I really don't.
I want you to
care.
tell me when it changes, though. Do you know when it changes? When
What?
someone says, I identify as, insert whatever there. Do you know when that changes?
When's that?
The moment you say whatever they just identified as, it has to be held accountable, right? Like, oh, you identify as an Apache attack helicopter. Yeah. Well, we have a new law that states all those persons who identify as an Apache attack helicopter have to be drafted into war. Something they changed. Fuck out of here, these people.
It's a mess. Okay. Where are we? Okay, well, I guess we're at a good spot to do the first topic of the night, the beheading story. Which is feeling a little weird right now because we've been talking about everything else. Look at this. Well, we just got to show this guy, though, right?
Oh, wait, the guy?
Here's the deceased.
Oh. Wait, can they see that?
They can now.
Oh.
All right, so Shakopee, Minnesota is, you guys may remember Shakopee, Minnesota as the location of the first Vietnamese-owned donut store from a Vietnamese family in Houston, Texas, who moved up here and opened a donut store. There are Texas donuts here in Shakopee, apparently. I haven't been there yet. I really want to go.
How have you not been there?
It's 2 hours away,
Wow.
and donut stores only stay open till like 3.
Yeah, true.
Anyway, so that's in Shakopee, same place. So this lady, America Thayer, was found beheaded in Shakopee Wednesday afternoon, yesterday.
Yep.
She didn't make it.
Judging by the video, I thought she was going to pull through.
No, you did not. The video is horrifying. I can't show it.
It's savage.
There is actual video of a portion of this crime available on Reddit. Can't show it here on YouTube.
Of course not.
I tread the line sometimes with like the people getting shot videos. Did you see that rapper who got killed on? He was on Instagram Live talking to his buddy.
Yeah. So
blam 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 blam.
So here's the problem though. This I talked about karma in an episode. The problem with that dude is that he was basically shitting on Nipsey Hussle's grave, right? Right in his mouth.
On his mural.
Say, Nick, did he think there was going to be no consequences to that? See, this is a feminized male. Women get up in dudes' faces talking crazy all the time, right, Nick? Because they don't think anyone's going to do anything. When you are raised by a bitch-ass single mom, you start having feminine traits like, oh, I can just say it. That's why every time you hear about these guys getting altercations with the police, they tend to seem to be coming from single moms. No surprise, because they act up, going, acting crazy. And then when consequences hit, they're like, oh, shit. And in their last moments, like, oh, shit, something happened. I can't just act crazy.
I talked about this from a different perspective. I talked about it as something we've talked about before, where the ego is so like out of whack on some of these dudes. Like, first of all, what you're talking about is, okay, you're doing this behavior. You should expect consequences because of the culture you're in, right? This is a gang member. He's a rapper. He's basically shitting on a rival gang member's superhero or whatever. It's not a good move. However, like that similarly doesn't justify him being shot over some bullshit ego, right? So, but you're talking about you should expect the consequences of your actions.
So here's what it boils down to. When you have these weak, feminized males, right? They're acting on emotion.
Right.
So you were like, Nick, when we were at cruise night that night, and that dude got up in my face talking crazy, right? He did that because he knew he was going to be protected, right?
Yeah.
I'm sitting there like this. Okay, look. Now, you know how much that CD case that I called the Bible meant to me. But guess what? Beating this kid down here and now, what does that do? Nothing. It harms me.
Yeah, you go to prison.
I go to prison.
You were over 18.
I'm over 18. I put hands on it. I think that dude was like a minor or like on the cusp. And, and they're gonna call me this horrible savage. So I'm like, I'll just take the L. Nick, now what I want to do is not what I did. I want to do a whole lot of things to this dude, right? But I know the consequence, like male coping skills. Okay. I go ahead and put hands on this dude and leave him paralyzed, which is what I wanted to do. My life could be ruined because now I can't get a job, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, but he has to drive around with a straw.
Yeah. So I took the L, right? I had to take it on the chin, and then I'm like, yeah, it is what it is. Yeah, go ahead. Call me a bitch. You have to say all these other things. Because we all know, Nick, in an alpha society, that would have never happened because now people know I'm held accountable for what I say. So like the James Fairbanks situation, in an alpha society, like what we talked about growing up, who started it? They used to always say that. Who started it? Anything that happened to you after that point, Nick, that you started something. So if you walked up talking crazy to somebody and they reacted to what you just said or did, everyone was like this. He had it coming. Now it's about, well, you hurt someone's feelings. And it didn't give you a right to touch him just because he called you names. I'm sorry, but in what reality do we live in where people just walk up and just talk crazy to somebody and think there's no consequence?
But see, you're making a mistake here. You're saying that he was talking shit at Nipsey Hussle, but did you consider the fact that Nipsey Hussle went and died, and therefore that was his fault first? He started
by dying for being aired out. But Nick, did you see the look on his buddy's face? He thought he's like, oh yeah, man. He was like, oh, I think he's a Hawthorne. He could barely get the words out as those slugs were like.
Yeah, he took 2 in the lungs,
bro. And I will say this: do you know what the most shocking thing about that video was?
What?
A, that I always tell people gunshots aren't as loud as people think they are, right?
Yeah.
B, we talked about this before we got on stream, Nick. The movies, ladies and gentlemen, romanticize getting shot.
Yeah.
It doesn't look like that in real life.
No, it's he crumples and then he's just and you're like, oh God, this sucks. And
his man, remember he was like yo, but he's like,
cover up. And you're like, oh fucking shit. Like you don't want to ever get shot.
Because he's trying to like move, which makes it worse. Because remember, he's moving in the seat, right? He's like,
yeah,
like
it's not good. It's not a good look.
Look,
my man wasn't doing well.
for all you guys out there, especially you young black males, please don't do the gang stuff. Here's what I want you to do. Okay, this is a message for PSA. All my young black males out there, here's what I want you to do. Listen to everything that black women say they want in a man.
Do the opposite.
Exact opposite. They say, I want a thug. He got to have swag. I want you to be swagless. I want you to be thugless. I want you to be selling drugs and running these streets lists.
Go be Carlton.
Go be Carlton Banks.
Yep.
Do not be Fresh Prince-ish. Do not be, what's 50 Cent's show?
Don't
Power.
be Jazzy Jeff.
Don't be Jazzy Jeff. I want all you fuckers to be as Carlton Banks. I want you guys to be corny. I want you to be corny in these streets. This gangbanging shit, bruh. Nick.
Every time a black woman tells you what she wants, you go out and buy a Tom Jones CD and start dancing.
That's right. Barry Manilow, I want you guys, listen, anything they tell you, you do the exact. Nick, if you listen to black women for advice, oh, Jesus, when you were, okay, I'll tell you, you become Lil Nas X. That's what you become, Nick. You become a Lil Nas X when you listen to black women. We like flamboyance and swag. Go ahead. See what happens. I'm looking at these dudes, Nick. These are, you know what I refer to them as, Nick? The Lost Boys.
Yeah.
Honestly, like, these kids are lost. Because, Nick, a lot of them.
It's like 4 generations now.
They're lost. They're sitting there like, Nick, when my parents first took in foster kids, they actually would tell us, well, we thought this is what you do. You get to a certain age, right? And you start selling drugs and busting guns. They're looking at these kids like, fuck were you thinking? Like, you thought this was like, Nick, and in their mind, this actually, they would look at you right in your eye like this. Yeah, that makes logical sense. And not being facetious, they actually believe this is how you conduct yourself. So when they started asking questions about investments, do you see a future for you and your family? Nick, blank stare, just deer in the headlights. Like, huh?
My favorite, it's in The Wire when, what's his face? Who's like, why can't I think of his name? The most in vogue black actor right now. That's not Michael B. Jordan.
Masahara. Oh, wait, I know you're talking about. Hold on. Shit. The guy who plays.
Who's gonna be Bond? Like they were thinking he was gonna be Bond.
Idris Elba.
Yeah.
Yep.
Idris Elba. When he's trying to go legit, right? Like he's making investments, he's making moves or whatever, and then he finds out that all like the white union guys have been just fucking him the entire time with like running up fees and contracts and stuff. And he's like, why? And they're like, look at you. Like, we could see it from a mile away. You're just pretending. It's like, oh, damn. They did him dirty. And it was.
How do you retaliate? Did he end up doing anything? Uh-oh.
I won't spoil it. You gotta watch The Wire.
I know you've been telling me to watch The Wire, and you know how hard it is for me to watch shows as opposed to movies. But I do got to make the effort to really start watching. It is
one of the most It's 5 seasons, I think, and it is one of the most rewarding 5 seasons. Notice it's not 12, 25 seasons or whatever, just 5, and they're all good. They're all good in their own way.
I like that. But yeah, back to this chick who is no longer with us.
Yeah, so here we go. This is
I'm
America
shocked she's 55
Thayer.
years old. Like, huh. She's only 55. I'll at least give her that.
Police have identified the woman who was reportedly beheaded in Shakopee, Minnesota, Wednesday as 55-year-old America Mafalda Thayer. Suspect is in custody in connection with her death. Around 2:30, officers responded to a report of a stabbing at the intersection of 4th Avenue and Spencer Street. When they arrived at the scene, officers saw a body without a head lying on the ground next to a car, according to a search warrant. And so someone asked in the chat, there's a video that shows the beheading. No, it doesn't show the beheading. It shows the aftermath. He basically throws her limp body out of a car, and it is unnerving.
It was some savage shit.
It is, yeah.
I mean, it looked. And Nick, do you know what the best part of that video was? This is a shout out to all you white knights out there. He didn't do nothing. Nick.
The dude taking the video.
The dude taking the video. He didn't like, oh, I better get in that. And Nick, he was like, yeah, I will video from afar.
Eldon Bainling, no, do not post it in chat, please. It's a hard to watch video, but it doesn't actually show the beheading, but it is very, very brutal. And it is unsettling. The victim, identified as Thayer, was pronounced dead at the scene. I mean, they need to bring in.
What is
they
the
need to bring in?
I don't like when the
medical
media
examiner.
tries to say dumb stuff like using these euphemisms. She was not stabbed. Just say she was decapitated. She was beheaded.
Well, that was the report they got.
They knew her head was gone. They knew.
Officers found what appeared to be a sheath for a large knife in a nearby yard. They found a knife in the trash can in the alley in the area. I hope they show this dude.
I know. Yeah, you guys got to see the picture.
Quickly apprehended a 42-year-old man on suspicion of second-degree murder. The Shakopee Police Department said he's being held in Scott County Jail pending charges. Police said it is believed the suspect knew Thayer and the stabbing was not a random act. Several people witnessed the attack, according to the search warrant. Co-workers said Thayer worked at the Dollar Tree in Shakopee as well as at MyPillow. They said the victim had been a long-term relationship with the suspect and domestic abuse had been a consistent problem. Let's find this guy. Let me find this guy, and we'll see if the chat thinks that domestic abuse was a consistent problem.
I saw the picture. I say he didn't do nothing. This guy looks innocent. Find the name.
Okay, it's in this one.
Yeah, did we get the name? Yeah, you guys got to see this picture, man. Oh, you guys are going to love this.
Here we go.
You found it.
Got the name. Now we just need the picture.
Oh, shit. I mean, anyone who believes this man is a killer is dead wrong. Can I see that?
They will be able to. This man is not guilty written all over his
Not
face.
guilty.
I don't know why anybody would suspect this man of any sort of criminal act ever.
Now, Nick, between us and the chat, this guy knocks on your door and says that he babysits children. Yes or no?
I'm sorry, sir. Did you say baby sits or baby eats?
Bruh. Hey, Nick. So we talked about this earlier, right? You in the other story, you talked about his parole hearings and stuff, right? So this dude walks in for a parole hearing. What happens?
Turn around. Just walk out the door.
No.
You're never getting
out. It doesn't matter what, Nick. It was jaywalking. Denied. He gets denied anything.
It was jaywalking plus murder now. We can't prove it, but we know you did it. You have to stay in.
Dude, no, hold on. I'll tell you something that doesn't get talked about enough, Nick.
Mexican Kratos, God of War.
For real. Do you know what doesn't get talked about enough? I want all of you guys, men, women, and whatever else you guys identify as these days. I want you to take a good look at this guy, right? Take a real good look at him, Nick. Watch this. She saw this guy was in a relationship, right? What does that say about her? Come on now, let's keep it a stack. You looked at that face, and you were like, yeah, let me spread these legs. Let bust these crab legs open.
He looks sweet and caring. Like Like when he spilled the acid on his face while preparing it for the IED.
Nick, I want you guys to really think about this for a second. These are the men they choose. When you guys hear these horror stories about...
And he's beating her.
Facts.
So it's not like she was taken by surprise.
Nope.
It
was a constant. It was an ongoing... Because Nick, even when you say ongoing, you met that face and you started a romantic relationship with that face. Remember, he has priors, obviously.
What are you talking about?
And let me get this straight. He is what age, Nick? She's 55?
When this guy walks into a room, all you hear is bling, 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 bling,
Oh, yeah.
bling, 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 bling.
Oh, yeah. And I want you to think about this, Nick. So a woman seeks out a man for provision and protection, right? This man worked at a goddamn Dollar Tree in My Pillow. What was he doing?
No, she worked at the Dollar Tree.
No, he
in My
was.
Pillow. No, that was her.
It was her? So what was he? I know he ain't working other than a contract killer.
He's wet working.
Oh, so she worked at the Dollar Tree.
Yeah.
So, Nick, you see that face?
That's the Mexican Debo.
Oh! So think about it. You saw this, and you Nick, you entered the relationship. Hey, ladies, where you at? Where are you, fellow? The sisterhood. Why don't you call these women to the carpet like this? Why are you dealing with men like this? Because in the black community, you know what happens, Nick? That is cool in the black community.
Oh, yeah.
A thug. Oh, yeah, he's been through some shit. Look, he got acid on his face. See,
Let me see.
these
I wonder
are
if we
the
can,
men they choose.
wonder if we can find any information about this guy.
Come on, y'all.
2 hours ago.
Play stupid games, win stupid prizes. Look, and for all you guys out there, if you guys have daughters, teach your daughters not to ever think that thug shit is cool, because it's not cool. Okay? Any guy who's out here running the streets is a fool. It's not cute. It's not sexy. It's not swag. It's lame.
In 2017, this guy was convicted of domestic assault in Carver County, Minnesota.
No.
And he was, at the time, he was out on parole or release, pretrial release for arson, which may surprise people.
I'm shocked.
I think he's not guilty on the arson charge.
I don't think he did it. That was clearly acid. He wasn't using flame.
Can I burn down a building with just acid? Like, is it really arson if I didn't burn it?
I didn't burn it. I mean, Nick, seriously, look. These are the men they choose. That rapper or singer or whatever, Future, right? He's the one that got coined for the whole day. You know, she belonged to the streets.
Yeah.
Future has like 8 baby mamas, Nick, right? These are the men they choose, right?
Yeah.
I want you guys to understand this, man. No, like I tell you guys, man, no one is holding these women against their will and making them do anything. They are choosing these thugs, deadbeats, crackheads, drug dealers. They're choosing these guys. Look at that dude.
My Pillow coworker and friend Jamie Worley said Thayer, the woman, works 70 hours a week. I went there today, went to the store and got her a rose and a teddy bear to put on her desk. When I got there, I didn't even look at any of my other coworkers. Aww.
Oh, hey, Nick, here's a prime example. Oh, the humanity. Dude, as a girl, if you tell other women that their spouse look like a murderer, they attack you and say, you are just jealous of our relationship. And Nick, I've seen that. Because Nick, you know you've seen these kind of things play out, right? Like when someone's, and it happens with guys too, right? When guys like, yo, man, she's wrong for you, man. She's scandalous. No, and they want to fight you. And then when disaster befalls them, they want to come back to you crying. I didn't see it coming. Same with females. There are, like, I will say that, man. There are some women out there. Oh, she asked him to get deported. Yeah, there are women out there, man, who tell their girl, yo, he's no good. He's a bad guy. Blah blah blah. They don't listen. We have struggle love. Okay, yeah, she struggled her goddamn head off. Dumbass broads. Fuck that.
Let's see. Yeah, so arson and destruction of property is what when November 9th, 2020, officers were dispatched to the Pullman Club in Shakopee on a report of a Puerto Rican male smashing car windows with a baseball bat. While en route, police were advised that the suspect had returned to his second-floor apartment near the Pullman Club was holding a gas can out of the window.
Oh.
Police proceeded to engage and negotiate with the suspect, subsequently identified as Saborit, for over 30 minutes. During this time, he screamed about hating people and the police. So it's a Trump supporter, a solid red-blooded, right-wing, Trump-supporting, America-loving white male.
Of course it was.
Poured fuel from a gas can while threatening to light it on fire. One point, Saborit appeared with a machete in his hand and another time with a baseball bat. Officers eventually observed that a fire had been started near the door of Saborit's apartment and black smoke began to pour out the window. He began throwing items out of the window. Some of the debris landed on a car below, damaging the hood and windshield. Saborit eventually jumped out of the window of the apartment and landed on the hood of the vehicle.
God damn.
When officers attempted to arrest him, he was uncooperative and resisted her.
No!
He was uncooperative. Could you imagine? The man lights his own apartment on fire, leaps from a building onto a car like a superhero.
Oh, boom! Gets up. Nick, that's the part. He got up. He jumped out of the window, landed.
No, you can't take me in.
Damn.
Court records show that Saborit was originally ordered conditionally released by Judge Kevin W. Eide and posted a $75,000 bond several days after his arrest. Even though a mental competency evaluation had been ordered and Saborit's defense attorney planned to submit that he was mentally ill. March 31st, his conditional release order was revoked because he failed a urinalysis, which came back positive for alcohol in violation of his release conditions. For the revocation order, a box was checked that said continued release of defendant will endanger safety of any person or the community. Despite that warning, he was again ordered conditionally released on April 1st, the next day, by Senior Judge Richard C. Perkins after paying an additional $50,000 in bail. Now, he's not paying $75,000 and $50,000 in bail. He's paying a bond that is maybe 10% of those numbers, probably 5. Actually, you know what's even worse? You know who paid the bond.
Yeah.
His ass didn't pay that bond.
He did not.
America Thayer almost guaranteed paid that bond for him both times.
She loves him. She put up the house for him. She started an OnlyFans of her 55-year-old ass for him. It may have started at FootPix, but it didn't end there. Whatever she had to do, because Nick, you see this all the time, right?
Yeah.
These chicks get with these psycho dudes, and they stay with them through all thick, very little thin.
On the afternoon of the murder, he was scheduled to appear in court on the arson charge at 2 p.m. Failed to appear at that hearing. 30 minutes later, police were called to the scene of the homicide.
Damn. You know what? Hey, hold on. Whoa, what are those things?
Those are just people in Shakopee. I mean,
Jesus.
We don't need to do that to the chat. Look.
Now, hold on.
Like Cousin Abby says, yeah, don't go to Shakopee.
No, Nick, I'll tell you what. The judge, what do you think? How much responsibility should the judge be put on?
I hope the judge holds himself partially responsible because the one judge said, no, you shouldn't be out. Overturned by the senior judge. Does not just make him pay an additional $50,000 bond. It's tough.
One day later.
The release condition violations, I mean, alcohol.
Nick, you're using too much logic. Watch
I
this.
know I'm using too much logic.
Watch this. You saw the picture, right?
But the butt was coming.
Stay in there.
Exactly. So the release condition violation is alcohol, which is that's a lame release condition.
It is.
Oh, you can't have alcohol. It's like, wait, I can't have a perfectly legal thing because I'm an adult. But that being said, with the mental health concerns that they had, with the violent nature of the pending crime, that's when you say, yeah, you know what, you can just stay in though. We gave you your chance. You violated release conditions. Now you can stay in. You had your shot.
Mm-hmm.
And they should just look at his face. You should fucking stay in.
Why are we wasting all this tax money? Nick, you saw the face. That's it. That was your shot. You walked in. When Ronnie O'Neal walks in, it looked like Fifth Element. You're done.
Yep.
Why are we wasting time?
The evidence will show that I did kill Kenyatta Barron, but not the way they said I did.
They're high burden of proof. I'm sitting there looking like, so you're saying they have all the
You're
evidence?
gonna need a pole to get over that burden of proof.
I'm looking at this dude like, Nick, bruh. Now, you know the best part about Ronnie was? I'm looking at your stream of Ronnie, and when you said that he was, on more than one occasion, Nick, declared fucking incompetent, I'm shocked. That a board was like, you can't have this guy fucking...
This guy can't stand up. Just put him in a padded room for literally But why though? Look at him.
Look at him. Like, Nick, hold on. Nick, let's be fair. Let's be fair. Let's be fair to Ronnie. Kenyatta Brown, was that her name?
Yeah.
Or Bryant. Was it Bryant or Brown?
Barron.
That's it. Kenyatta Barron, right? You saw his mugshot. You saw Ronnie. You know how Ronnie probably was out in the
Now,
streets.
to be fair,
he didn't have the hair. He didn't have the hair.
He
Yeah.
shaved.
He didn't have the hair. However, the personality was the same.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this.
Worse. It was literally worse in 2018 than it was.
You're probably right.
That's Ronnie getting better.
Yeah. That's a new and improved Ronnie. So Nick, watch this. And this is the reason why I bring this shit up. This is the reason why I go so hard at these females, Nick, because they are choosing these dudes. Watch this. Hey, Nick, one of your 3 daughters in years from now walks home and like, yeah, Dad, I'm dating a guy named Ronnie O'Neal III. Oh, okay. Well, how is this gentleman? Oh, Dad, he's a nice guy. He's a great guy. You should meet him. That fucker walks in talking, looking crazy, shouting at you at dinner. I want the mashed potatoes. And you'd be like,
you ever watch the conservative twins, the Hodge twins? The two black dudes?
Maybe I have seen them.
They're always like, they're like, yeah.
Yeah, I know you're talking about.
Those two guys.
Light-skinned dude.
That's how Ronnie O'Neal, like the way his thing, the face that he makes is the exact same face.
His face is
I
comedy.
love those guys. They're hilarious.
Oh, they're great. And think about it though, Nick.
Yeah.
If you look at it, whoever this Kenyatta Barron was, Nick, met a guy like Ronnie O'Neal III out in the streets, talked to him because you had to speak, and you looked at that and was like, let me let you enter my body. That's a good idea. I want to have your children. Twice.
But you know what happened though. Like you know what happened. He stepped out on her.
Yep.
And then she was I hate to even say it this way. She was just wouldn't let it go. And he's like, then why are you still with me? Why are you still here?
They're gonna fight to protect that struggle love. There's one thing German Shepherds love, it's struggle love.
Oh, it's terrible. What a terrible plan. Like, when he steps out at you, that is permission to leave.
Yeah. Bounce. Well, you remember what happened to the dude in the old Tekken crew, right? I told you about what happened.
Which dude? My man C?
No, B. Last name rhymes with Clocker. Remember? Solder and
All right. Yeah.
You heard him?
Yeah. Oh.
You heard what happened, right?
Yeah. Indian prison for
He's doing real time.
I've been to his house.
Yeah. You remember. He might even got hit you up with a mod chip. Nick.
No, he offered though.
Yeah, of course he did.
He was doing so guys, if you don't remember the glory days of PlayStation 1.
Glorious.
If you wanted to play those burned CDs,
oh yeah,
you had 2 options. You had the paperclip and some bogus ass PlayStation CD swapping where you swatched the black CD for the blue CD, or you had to get yourself a mod chip soldered onto that board. And this guy B, I almost said his name. This guy B, he's selling mod chips to everybody. Everybody on the planet.
was a conduit, dude. I was slinging mod chips. What was the thing? I would get the clients, and he would just solder them on. We'd split the money. So, and I would tell guys, and I realized because of the games, I enticed them because how do you get some? It's sort of like selling drugs, right? How do you get somebody to do your drugs? That's why what's the drug to say? First one's free. Do you know what I was giving guys for free, Nick? Discs. Because remember,
Yeah,
I had
free
I had
copy
stats.
games.
So I was like this. What game you want? Because they're like, does this thing really work? Oh, you want that Silent Hill? Here.
Oh, we got you, Silent Hill.
I got you, Silent Hill. You want Crash Bandicoot? I got you. Nick, they were like this.
Drex over here is the Ron Popeil of mod chips. This mod chip could do anything.
Bruh. Mod chip.
You just put the disc in. You forget.
Oh, look at that. Majestic. Yeah, he still got his chip PS1. Dude, it was great. And if you guys remember the boot disc on the Dreamcast, remember that boot disc? Little creepy ass looking little reindeer was floating in space.
Yeah.
Man, we had that Dreamcast. We had that shit burn, Power Stone, Marvel vs. Capcom 2. But in the place era. So this dude.
Einhinder.
Oh, man. I need that game badly.
Me too.
I need Einhinder.
Hashtag me too.
Right? I was supposed to get you a present, by the way. I was supposed to, for Father's Day, I was supposed to be getting you R-Type Final 2.
Don't. I don't. That's not a present. That's a punishment.
So,
look, you got all these kids. You know you'll never have time to beat this game.
You're not gonna beat the game ever. Hey, Nick, do it on your next vacation. On your next vacation, get on the plane, just like this. I'm just gonna play. I'm gonna beat R-Type by the time we land. And so here's what's crazy, guys. This dude that we knew in the Tekken crew, right? He was married. So here's the thing. He was married, had kids. He had 4 kids. Yeah, 4 kids by this woman. But he also had another woman that he was dealing with, right? Like, it was like one of those like weird, was it just before, just after they met, or in the same, one of those like weird, because the age of the kids like aligned. So you're kind of like, well, I don't really know what was going on. So he had a kid by this other woman. That kid was actually yeeted in a Adrian Peterson situation where the boyfriend of the baby mama ends up, Yeah, they did time. Yeah. There was like a fundraiser, everything for him. So years later, dude was doing fuck shit, stepping out behind his wife's back. And I was like, so I'm kind of looking like, because like, here's the thing, Nick, I didn't see it personally. But how just the way people move and the way they talk, you're kind of like, just a certain way that you speak that people are just kind of looking like, it'd be like this.
You seem off.
Something's off, right? It'd be like this. What if a guy came back, right, Nick? And he's like, yo, bro, I got back from Sasua, DR. Man, shit was crazy. And he's like, yo, man, let me see the pictures. Like, he's all like hyped. And you're like, why are you so hyped up if you got a wife and kids? Man, when are we going? Sorry, wait, what? What, Nick? When a dude starts saying, "When are we going?" Yeah, you're like, "But bro, I'm a single man doing single man shit. Why are you?" So what ends up happening is he's stepping out on his wife.
Yeah,
and you see this a lot where it's okay for the guy to step out on his wife. All of a sudden, she confronts you about this. She gets tired of your fucking games. At some point, I don't know when this some point was. Like I said, we weren't really hanging right with each other back at this point, right?
Right.
And at some point, he comes into her. She's getting smashed by some dude, right? She's getting bunker busted. He made full war machine on her ass. Bruh.
Not good. Not a good plan.
He should have known the rules. The first rule with interracial dating, as a black man, you were with a white chick. Just leave. Whatever crazy thought you have in your mind about there's equality in the law states or that shit does not apply when you are dealing with one of these Beckys. You put hands on a white woman in a white state like Minnesota as a black man, Nick.
A very liberal state.
Very liberal.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. Bruh, Nick, a state that we acknowledge is the ultimate mom state.
Yeah.
Like, kid is gonna, dude, if you put up in a custody battle in Minnesota, 98% chance she wins. It's so, Nick, it's
getting better.
Now.
It's getting better. Now.
Barely. But hold on. That's out of marriage, though. We're talking,
out
of marriage.
If you're not married,
done. 98% chance goes with the mom. Maybe 99.
That's actually in the law.
In the law. Yeah, it literally states that, right?
It's the presumption.
So imagine this dude figures this out. Like, oh my gosh, she went on me behind my back. He decides to go full war machine. Nick, he got time, fam. I Googled his name, right?
Did she live through the encounter?
She lived. I didn't know this extent of injuries. Huh?
The guy lived too?
I don't think he assaulted the dude. I think it might have been one of those cases where
the guy was gone, like the guy got away or whatever.
Guy must have gotten away because remember, in the heat of the moment, right? Guy walks in, sees this girl getting from the back.
Hold on, let me finish. Then I'm gonna run.
Yeah. The dude's like, oh shit, like, because, and this is why I tell you guys, let me just say this, man. The rules of Drexology, why I tell you guys, do not go to these women's residence. And why is that, Nick?
Because you never know if they've got a dude at home. That's the whole Wyclef song, right?
Facts.
It doesn't matter.
You don't know, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna go in. I'm gonna go in and beat
when
these
she
bugs.
opened the door, her man was on the bottle, waiting for her with the 4-4.
Bro, it happens.
What it looked like? It ain't really that.
Nick, I warn dudes. I go, look, man. I tell you guys, I told these guys in my show, Nick, these dudes got trackers on these girls' phones. They got trackers on their vehicles. And Nick, here's the sad thing. A lot of people don't know. You know, I've had people go, Drex, you're a scumbag for doing X, Y, and Z. I said, look, a lot of times, Nick, it doesn't even matter anyway because you don't even know what these chicks are out here lying about their relationship status. So assume, right? Because, Nick, let's face it, with all the dating apps and everything, you have to ask these women, are you single or are you single, right? Remember Tommy Lawrence said that? Yeah. She actually was being fair with that point. She was like, she asked these guys, are you single or are you single? Because all guys, oh yeah, I'm single, or chicks, oh yeah, I ain't seen nobody. You wind up going to her house thinking, I'm gonna go ahead and smash.
It's a big house for a single chick.
Yeah. And that's another thing. If a woman is in a home and you walk in that mode, you're like this, damn, Nick, it's a nice ass place. Damn, Nick. And
why do you have 2 cars?
You got 2. Shit. Or
you ride a motorcycle?
or Nick, you start seeing, like, if you see dude shit, if you guys walk into some girl's place, even apartment, or townhome, if you see anything that resembles like a guy could be there, you see some shit like, or you open the fridge, you see guy food. You're like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Wait a minute, Nick.
You drink Michelob?
You really? I mean,
where's all the White Claw?
And you, Nick, you know, and you saw what happened with the War Machine case. Imagine being the other dude. Oh, hell yeah, I'm about to smash Christy Mack. Who wouldn't? Sure.
I wouldn't. Would you? Like, legitimately, would you? You know,
back then? Well, she didn't do interracial scenes, at least on camera.
But okay, maybe she saves that for home. Who knows?
Maybe.
Would you? Chrissy Mack, like, you know exactly where she's been.
Hold on. Let me say this. I'm glad you brought that up.
She's got the cockyard stare.
I'm glad you brought it up. I got to say this. This is something that I think needs to get ingrained in the heads of all these guys out here, right?
Okay.
This is a very important point. Your average prostitute, streetwalker, whatever you want to call them, porn star, wait for it, has fewer bodies than your average chick walking the streets today.
Maybe.
Nick, have you heard what,
but most of those chicks don't have titles on
no, that's it. Nick, the only difference is that it's just not on camera. Like, so a guy has plausible deniability. No, she's a good girl. Oh, who's that? Yeah, this is true.
Christy Mack's Ring of Fire.
No, dude, I'm not lying. If any of you guys out there, oh yeah, someone said Drex ain't wrong. No, if any of you guys out there, tatted up chest, I want you guys to put in the chat, what is the highest body count you've heard a woman have? I showed you that, Nick. You remember the Pussy Palace picture we sent? We put up? Nick, these chicks got bodies, bro. Look, Nick, here's the thing. Wait, what is it?
The hell's going on with all these timeouts, man?
I don't know. I just noticed that. Both Nick and Drex love behind 1,200. All of them. 58, 69, 300, like she's Leonidas. Nick, the body counts on some of these girls. Nick, I'm hearing stories from the high school time, man. Hey, I saw that timeout shit. I was wondering what the hell that was. Susan is mad. 90210.
No, I think there must have been. Goody, what the hell are you doing? Timing out a whole shitload of people. I can't figure out what the fuck was up with that.
That was weird.
Like, they don't even make sense. It's not like just clicking weird shit.
It was unhidden. Yeah, that was some weird shit. But Nick, here's the thing. in the industry, right? You have this many women, right? Constantly rotating women, right?
Yeah.
The amount of male stars, Nick, isn't very large in that industry.
Right.
So by default, all of the girls are getting smashed by the same, X amount of talent for the male talent, right? So what you start to realize is that's why a lot of these girls will tell you, like, a porn star will be like this. Yeah, this is my first scene shooting for kink.com. This is the first time I've ever been tied up on something I've always wanted to do. I always want to do this gangbang. Whereas in the real world, Nick, especially at these these major universities, they're doing the most.
Goody says, I fell asleep with my phone. Was I sleep modding? Yeah, man, you hit like 7 people in a row. It didn't make any sense at all.
Oh. Oh, goodness.
Sorry about that to the people who got hidden.
Yep, our fault, guys.
All right, we gotta let's go to.
Yeah, what is the next story?
Well, I got super chats.
Oh yeah,
it's pretty late already. Aho says, ILY, I'm like a month behind on live stream. Oh, I like you. I'm like a month behind on live stream, and it doesn't help that they're 2+ hours. I'll catch up one day. Watch them at 2x speed or whatever. That's what some people do. Nova Zero says, yo, remember Carlton on Fresh Prince actually tamed that hood rat? You remember that episode? Will in that episode got whipped, but Carlton talked her down. She got tamed. Carlton's got testosterone to spare. Oh, that's great. What a good show. Whoops. Where is... Okay, there we go. Let me see if we're up here. Yeah, I think we'll have to probably do super chats and wrap up the show. Otherwise, we'll be here forever. And
invite Dollhouse Phil on.
No. I'm going to do a 24-hour stream, get you and Phil on, and then I'm going to say, oh, I'll be back in 15 minutes. I'm going to go take a nap.
Look,
I got to go take care of something. I'll wake up and 48 hours later, my stream will still be going.
Look, man, Phil is hilarious. You're hilarious for the fact that you were dumb enough to do a 24-hour stream. So
I still got to do my other one.
You said you were going to do one, right? When you got to like 100,000 or something?
Yeah. The problem is, like, since then, when I said that, I didn't think I was going to make it. I thought YouTube was going to just forever leave me below.
Yep.
And then since then, like, things have gotten so busy that I don't, I'm like, when do I have 36 hours in a row?
Yeah, I fall into that same trap because, like, I'll go into like have to record something, like, recording, especially when you have, I invite a lot of fans of the show on the show, right? So they get recorded proper, whether it be Thought Girl Summer or whatever. And all of a sudden, Nick, you start to realize, like, bro, like between work, this, that, you're over here with your daughter, you're doing all this stuff, and you're like, your time just, you ever had that feeling, Nick? Like, your time just crunches, right? You're like, man, shit. And Nick, it's about to be August, bro. It's about to be August. Summer is 1 month from being done.
Yeah.
It's okay, watch this. It's State Fair in 4 weeks.
I know.
3.5. Because 12 days of summer, right? Like,
I can do worse than that. Renaissance Festival's coming up.
Jesus. I know our man M loves that.
We haven't been there in like years. We might take the kids down there.
Let me know. I mean, because like my daughter has never been to one.
I hate them. I just like going to the tomato guy. I just go to the tomato guy. Vegetable Justice.
The hell is that?
It's where the guy is in the wall, like just his hands and face are out. And he sits there and they have a bunch, you go buy tomatoes to throw at him. And he just makes fun of the person throwing tomatoes. He just insults everybody.
That's his job?
And sometimes he insults people in the crowd. It's so funny.
Oh, wow.
So I'm standing there with Lady R's cousin, right? And we're standing there, and she was, I don't know if she was even 18 yet. Like, so we were all hanging out at the Renfest. Lady R and I had just been married not too long. And I'm just, because this is all I do at Renfest. I just go watch this guy insult people.
Of course you do.
So I get a turkey leg.
I was just about to ask about the turkey leg.
Right by there. And then I walk over and eat my turkey leg. And he's like, no one was buying any tomatoes. So he looks over at me and is like, hey, you. He's like, what trailer park you grabbed that one from? It's like just randomly makes fun of her. And I'm like, oh, that's rude.
That's great.
And then the worst a black kid went up to throw the tomatoes, and he goes, "Hey kid, I could pick your dad out of the crowd." It was like, oh, come on.
Yes. You know what's sad? Don't you kind of wonder if that guy can still be there?
I don't know.
Isn't that kind of concerning? Because
even at the time, I was like, "Whoa! I can't believe he said that. That was amazing."
but Nick, that's because so we were talking about this earlier. Comedy is dead, and why, Nick? Because you can't say anything. Everything is offensive.
Yeah.
And what makes comedy funny is that it is offensive. That's why it's funny, because it's some form of commentary, right? Well, what if you go to the Renaissance Festival now and that guy like can't? I mean, because if you neuter him, it's not the same thing, right? You're like, eh.
Because he didn't know any of these people.
Nope.
So literally the only thing you can make fun of is physical characteristics.
Absolutely.
His go-to line is, you know what you're missing from your muscle shirt? Muscles. And it's such a scam too, because the way they have the thing set up, people who are actually like tall, athletic, and good at throwing things, the like slope of the tent is really low, and there's a cross beam. See, there's a whole bunch of tomatoes where guys are like, huh, and they just hit the cross beam. It's like that probably saved that guy's life. But yeah, the people who can throw him sidearm, and they just whip a tomato right into this guy's face. And when he gets it good.
How much does it cost to hit this guy in the face with tomatoes?
I don't think you'd even fit in the thing. You'd have to like stand outside.
What?
Because you're tall.
Ooh,
I was just telling you, like, if you tried to throw a tomato, it would probably hit the crossbeam. Crossbeam's probably like just above your forehead. But I don't know. Maybe you throw do you throw sidearm?
No, that's
fuck.
Yeah,
it's like $5 or whatever for like 3, or it used to be like $5 for 3 tomatoes or something.
Probably 10 now.
However much it is, it's worth it.
When's the last time you went?
I worked at Thrivent still, so it was 10 years ago.
It's probably $10 then, probably double the price.
Yeah,
12 at the max.
Yeah,
I'm guessing 10 though.
It's worth it.
I mean,
but you don't even. The best part of that booth is you don't have to pay anything. You could just sit there and watch him make fun of everybody else,
course.
Or you. Like if he runs out of people paying, he just makes fun of the crowd.
Of course. Yeah, I'll have my daughter do that because like that's something that my daughter.
You're supposed to throw the tomatoes, not eat all of them.
Yeah. I miss that kind of stuff. Like you remember back in the day, Nick, that used to be a thing like that. There was that place called Dick's where they sit there like make fun of you and whatever.
Yeah, Dick's Last Resort.
Yeah, Dick's Last Resort.
The worst service.
Yeah.
Intentionally. Yeah, I don't know about that. That would just make me mad.
Yeah, because here's the thing, when you go to eat,
I just want to sit down and eat.
Yeah, you don't come for all the extra. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Back to chats here. Mario Carter 13 says, Jim's friend Quarantine Coof says, I was considering having Jade hold a fake funeral and hiring a muscular black man to lie in the casket just to fuck with people's, he adds, will you answer the call, Drex?
Can you imagine that? That'd be hilarious.
We got to answer him. Wait, that's up on Twitter then.
Is it?
Hold on, let me find it. Was Jim watching the show? I'll pull him up here.
Let's
see.
What is that? That face.
He's talking to this. Oh, he's got the video. Damn.
God damn. Nick.
I don't see the tweet.
Wait, whoa. Scroll back up. I'm a straight guy who loves pegging. What the fuck? What?
Physically, it feels incredible to be filled like that. It's a feeling most guys don't understand. By Lane Moore. Look at Lane fucking Moore. Oh, he's responding to the question, what article will you send to Abraham Lincoln? That's the article he sends. Oh my gosh. Let's see.
Dude.
Okay. I don't see that. tweet.
Damn. This is unbelievable. Like this, you know, and Nick, where's all the ladies out there that think this shit's cool? And what happens eventually? They're like, I don't want this dude. Any dude who's bent over getting.
Well, can you imagine? I want you to pound me. No, I want you to pound me.
Dude, here's the thing.
Her face.
The women. Okay, here's the thing. There are women who like push that, right?
Yeah.
Until they get it. You know what happens when they get it, Nick? Like, yeah, I got this woke boyfriend. There's been article after article about all these women. It's kind of like all those girls who had the Trump grape fantasies.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, that's funny. I thought you hated him so much. Because, Nick.
Just want him to grab me.
They just want masculine energy. And when you're bent over and someone's like, I got this great present. Nick, look at this. If a dude has a present for you, ladies, and you open up the box and there's a damn strap on, and you're like, and he bends over, it's like, Nick, your relationship is done.
Yeah. Don't. Redhead Gez says, hey, Nick, hey, Drex, quick story. Ex-UK Army engineer. Felt a bit like a Chad when I was in a turret fixing a gun, and sometimes had to turn to the grunt helping and tell them to get out. They protest saying they are able to help right before I say, my hand is in the gun. We don't know if it fired. If anything goes wrong, I lose my arm or I'm dead and you are as well. Get the fuck out.
Damn.
Nice. This pay pig with 3 chats in a row. I'm going to read all of them. It's part 1 in Mr. Y voice. So I had like so many massages with him, right? Like 6 or something. On the 2nd or 3rd, he asks, no, it was the 4th or 5th because I remember I had to go back to him, but only like once or twice because I was super uncomfortable. Because he asked me, so you start face down, right? Blah, 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 massage your back and everything, right? And then he has to flip you over, right? Totally normal. So he massages me, and stuff. And then he says, would you like me to massage your chest too? And I'm like, what? And then he's like, would you like me to massage your chest? I assume he means because I have had several massages like right here. This is the upper part of my chest. That's not what he meant. So he takes off, pulls down my sheet and starts massaging my boobs. And then I'm like, ... And I feel like an idiot because I just said yes. I'm too stupid to say I'm sorry. I didn't know what you meant by may I massage your chest. So I don't stop him because I'm a freaking idiot. And I was so uncomfortable. And next time I went there, I was because I had 2 more. I had 2 more massages. Yes, that's right. I had 2 more anyway. Okay, very cute. Very cute. You've got the story wrong, so that's cool, but that's fun. If you don't like the show, just don't watch. Okay. So we've got next. Jay Jifsef says, been a long while since I catch one of your streams. Starting to hate retail. Keep having coworkers quitting and been working 6 days a week. Past couple months with 9+ hours every day. Also, fuck Virginia. Hate my state as well as retail. Also, have a good night. Buddy, get out of retail.
I was going to say, Nick, that's something, I meant to talk about that with Dollhouse Phil. Have you, I don't know how it is out here, Nick. Out in the cities, I'm not joking. Every single place, without fail, now hiring.
Yeah,
Nick,
everybody's looking for restaurants and retail out here too.
Out here too. So Nick, when I say nobody, I'm saying I've been in stores. I shit you not. One person's there. I went to a Verizon store. One person there. I went to we were in Houston. We went to the my daughter and I went to that CVS.
Yeah.
One person. I'm like, how do you have one person in a CVS? You guys get robbed.
The McDonald's have the 2 lanes. A lot of them only have one open.
Yep.
Or now they're enforcing mobile app ordering.
Oh, speaking of which, I was in Chipotle and I was getting my mom some food because my parents in town. And I asked for a quesadilla. Do you know what this chick told me with a straight face?
What's that?
Quesadillas are just through the app. The fuck? I'm
standing right here.
Standing right here. There's a tortilla. There's a cheese. There's the chicken. Are you serious?
Yeah.
Fuck Chipotle.
Let's see. Koopa the Goblin Chad says, hey there, Drexel. Just want to let you know I'm about to leak my new sex tape. These chicks are green skinned like me. Short stack too. You can't get more short stack than amputee. Disgusting. Crusader Saracen says Lego kits were only 60 back then. Man, if only, dude, 60 in the 80s was a lot.
Yeah, that was a lot of money though. Well, Nick, video games cost 40. Remember that? A regular Nintendo game, like I don't mean like some bargain bin shit. Like if a game came out, like, Castlevania 3, it was $40. You say $39.99, but $40 back in 1990 is what by today's standard. You know what I'm saying? Basically the same 60.
Yeah.
Damn.
Let's see. Crusader Saracen says these damn kids, taking them to anime cons, taking them to the state fair, you can just feel the money fly out of your wallet. He also says, Drex, the correct response to bullshit like Kevin Smith isn't anger or frustration, it's apathy. He's made it clear he hates you and thrives off your nerd outrage and frustration. They fear you not caring / not talking far more than clownfish TV clickbait.
Oh, yeah. So here's what's funny, Nick. You and I talk about this. I've never watched Masters of the Universe, the new ones. I didn't watch, because here's my thing. I do have a level of here's the thing. My issues with people, it's the ideology of the Kevin Smiths, right? I could care less. Like I said, I'm done with Star Wars. I'm done with The Last of Us. I'm done with, obviously, like, I wasn't gonna watch He-Man anyway. But like, if someone tells you, no, Nick, the new He-Man's great. If you were a kid who grew up in that time, you're like, let me just check it out if I got nothing better to do, right? But yeah, I think there's a lot of apathy going on. I still think there's far too much. I don't want to call it outrage culture, but Nick, there's still too much support, right? Like, how are some of these things even getting any views, right? Like, you saw what they did to Steven Universe. Ugh.
What they did to it, what it always was. Steven Universe was bad from the start.
It wasn't that bad though. Yeah.
That one guy says, visited my parents over July 4th and they wanted us to move a 500-pound oven from the back of their truck into their house. My idiot brother went out and almost dropped it. Helped he and my dad put it to the ground outside, then got in my car and drove 6 hours back. I was so pissed off. My dad claimed it didn't even come on a pallet. I go outside and the damn thing is strapped to a pallet. To save them $200 on installing their $2,000 oven, want to have their adult son try to team lift it with no dolly. Really, dickheads? Drexel. Dogi dogi is an onomatopoeia for a pounding heart. It's used to describe romantic fervor. Japanese use this because they don't have enough adjectives or verbs. Some things don't even make sound IRL. Get one. Those are called idiophones. There you go. Crusader Saracen says, who's worse? The simp at an anime con thirsting after a 2 out of 10, or Prince Harry giving up Harry for a divorcee 7 out of 10 at best.
Prince Harry is the ultimate simp, right? He's biblical simp, like Adam. Prince Harry, Nick, he sold his gun collection, right? Priceless gun collection. Because Meghan didn't like it. Dude, I can't wait till, he's going to get pegged eventually. Harry?
Yeah.
Because
he already is.
Meghan has emasculated him every step of the way, right? She continues to embarrass him. Blah, blah. Do you think he has any say? Like, remember, she's ostracizing him from his friends, his family. So good for Meghan Markle for cucking a literal prince, right? Because that's what every girl says they want, right? I want a prince. And then she gets a prince, and then that happens. So, yeah. Whatever.
Also glad to see you back on the show, Drex. Always a good time watching you and Nick banter. F. Kelly Long and Jake Bellington says, pedo hunter James Fairbanks was sentenced to 40 to 70 years. Drex, we must help this hero with a pardon. # free Fairbanks. # base hero. That one guy says, the reason you can't do those things is people frame others in order to justify killing them. Infamy isn't guilt. The reason we need our justice system is because mob and vigilante justice isn't justice when someone wants you dead. That's third world stuff. If we want to fix our society, we have to fix our morality and then our justice system. Get every leftist out of your state while you're at it. Make it so intolerable to live there that they have to pick up and move to California or New York. Just how it's going to have to be. Xander's Rant says, tell Drex how Cody was defending the anime VTubers. No. Nick, everyone says the Kenshin live action movies are good. And Netflix has Kenshin, the beginning live action remake of Samurai X, Trust and Betrayal. Maybe. I don't know. Crusader Saracen says, Drex, if you like the idea of keel hauling, Might I introduce you to running the gauntlet? Swiss mercenaries used to do this. You line up 2 rows of guys carrying spears and pikes and make the punished guy run down the middle getting stabbed and sliced to shit.
Ooh.
Santiago says the thumbnail for this video should be Drexel hugging a VTuber. Crusader Saracen says, by Allah, whoever put their kids in that feminist boy music video needs to get put up against the wall, especially the Asian kids' parents. They go against the wall first after they reimburse the executioner for the cost of the bullet. Bassmaster says, great show as always, gents. Drex, what is it you talk about? The X number of steps until societies collapse. And Jesus, that total Chad that did God's work got screwed. Back in the day, he'd get a medal, a supermodel, and a brand new Victorola. Bad times, boys.
Yeah, there's 7 stages. We're at stage 6. Invasion and total collapse is the 7th stage of civilization. So we're at the decadent stage, which is the pride before the fall.
Critical Orc Theory says, I, for one, support these feminelf boys. Let them go all elfy and wimpy, white, pillage their human lands, and there be no dark elf knight Drexel D'Orden to protect them on the wall. Haha. Lord Edris Rex says, might be getting commissioned to write erotic fan fiction for someone. Still up in the air, but might be my first time getting paid to write. I'm pretty excited about it, regardless of which way it goes. If it's erotic fan fiction, it goes both ways. Clay Davis says, shit. Chuck Ross says, he lost his head, then she lost hers. The day of the quickening is upon us. The Kurgan strikes again. It's better to burn out than fade away. Don't lose your head by Queen intensifies. Jane Doe says, the devil went after Eve because he knew from the angelic test God's plan / vision was born to be of a perfect woman, and Eve fit the bill. The devil fell when he said, I will not serve, non-servium to God's plan. So thinking she was that woman, he targeted Eve. Okay. Next, Mario Carter says, prison mixtape producer tag, oh my God, Ronnie. Neozed says, Nikki, turn your mic on. You're going through Drex's. No, it was just down. We got it adjusted. Almond John 1 second account says, Drex, did you see the 1 minute 17 second video of a black queen's twerking on an ambulance? One of them was a 600-pound whale in tiny shorts.
Wait a minute. There must have been more to that video. Did I ever send you that, Nick, or did you send that to me? Where
I can't remember.
It was one person was killed.
I don't know how many black women twerking on ambulance videos I've seen in my life.
They are the worst. Nick, one person was yeeted, right? We got 1 killed. I think it was 4 or 5 that were wounded, right?
Yeah.
Ambulance can't get through because a bunch of German shepherds get on there. One of them was bald-headed. Well, they all are bald-headed when they took the weave off. And they start twerking on the ambulance. So at some point, some dude gets on top of the ambulance, Nick, and starts throwing a football. And there's, of course, people cheering and twerking in the crowd because this is all that's their skill set, right? I look at them like this. Oh, no one's going to say shit? No, Nick, no one's going to say nothing.
No, dudes came up like grinding on him from behind. It was disgusting.
Yeah.
Leximus says, when you smashing Susan?
It needs to be soon.
Alex says, hey, Drex, I bought my brother some Wheaties on your recommendation.
Nice.
Joshua Sanabria says, people are saying Drex's mic is too loud, but I'm listening in a sawmill during full production. It sounds great to me.
Oh, nice.
Archimedes says, should have brought cash and give the kids a limit of like $100 each. When that money was gone, it's gone. Sorry, kids.
Oof.
Jackson Kai says, She-Man Masters of Menstruation. Twilight Dragon 3 says, I'm predicting that Kevin Smith will go after Clownfish TV and He-Man fans in Clerks 3.
I can see that.
So Clerks 3 is supposedly a self-insert movie about...
Oh, God.
So I think what's going to happen is, like in Clerks 3, they're going to make Clerks 1, but it's going to be all women.
Yeah. Yeah, another gender swap. You saw the Ghostbusters trailer, right?
No.
I guess they're making another one. This one's supposed to actually be good, but like, I just don't care. So I hope it's good. It's with the son of the original director, blah, blah, blah.
They burned it down.
Yeah.
They already burned it down.
Yeah, it's just like, yeah.
That Good Stranger says, it was good to meet you both at Matsuri. Drex was tall as expected. Nick, you're too tall, and it's a problem. Sampack says, hey, Drex, it's Sampack from Appliance Direct, and I love refrigerators. You love refrigerators? Cool gift from Lady Rackets, but it's no refrigerator. Hey, thanks, buddy. Jack Riley says, yo, Drex, it's good to see you on the show again. I was the weirdo with the crutch at Matsuri. How you been doing? Hope you've been doing well.
Oh, good for him. Yeah, nice guy.
Hope the conditions improving, buddy. Victor Phantasm says, listen, Nick and Drex, buck breaking is real. Check my Twitter DM. It's from Andy Knows public Twitter page. The John Beck says, it's Doki Doki because 2 times the Doki. Not applicable says, Amaranth is fairly attractive. Let's not be crazy. Face Lord says, Twitch simps aren't people. They're target practice. Vianticus Prime says, how close are we to the Cherry 2000 dating world? Mario Kart 13 says, Lil Nas X naked prison dance was more tasteful. Gross. Gross. Andrew War Snowboard says, Mall of America is getting a new ramen place in the North Food Court.
Oh, really? Now, Nick, you know my daughter's always asking me about ramen places, and I'm kind of like, since I don't like go out to seek ramen places, I'm kind of like,
Masu's okay. It's a chain. They have one in the Mall of America.
Yep.
They have one over in Apple Valley too.
Yep.
The best place is Moto E in Uptown.
Okay.
In my opinion, their ramen is on point. But the best rated place is actually right off of 494 and 94. Right at that intersection up there, and you got to kind of go. I know exactly where it is because I remember stopping there one time, but it wasn't open yet. But it was rated the best ramen place in the cities, I guess. I don't know. Phoenix Lord Asterman says, we don't need Kiro 2.0. We don't need Kiro 1.0. Casbinus says, Prentice watched too much redo of Healer. Michael Mason says, somebody called China. We're going to need a bigger wall. Trident Titan says, in some South American country, Colombia, I think having relations with a donkey is a rite of passage. Men do it with them before women. Gross.
Ugh.
Sir YouTube says, can you read Games Workshop or GW Snyder warning letter? Not Games Workshop. GW Snyder's warning letter to George Washington. George Washington from GW Snyder, 22nd August 1798 on founders.gov. Look at the predictions coming true. No, it's late. Sorry. If you just send me an email of it, I can read it on a different stream. Ted says, dude should be sentenced to a steak dinner. Stephen Cooper says, can confirm recently got my concealed carry in Weld County. Jackson Kai says, amen to someone knowing about the Make My Day law in Colorado. We also made a taxpayer bill of rights, so they have to ask to raise taxes. Werex says, kitty diddlers should be given 2 choices, the wall or the pyre. That is it. Every 5 will get the pyre no matter the choice. Mario Carter 13 says, Susan doesn't like you bad-mouthing pedos. No one important says, Coco is the highest paid or was because they did my girl dirty and retired her just because she said Taiwan was a country. Cave Canum says, has Drex seen Feminist Boy? He has now. He loved it. Leximus says, Drex, remember Hamilton and Lil Nas X from my Thought Girl Summer episode.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, dude got his cheeks took in the army. It was bad.
Not good.
Yep.
WHMW says, go watch Miko play GTA. That's where the rabbit hole starts. Nick is just jealous you don't have a rainbow super chat. I don't understand VTubing. Henry Dorset K says, burn it all down, Drexel. Joha Wa Alhimar says, vocal recording had exactly enough shits for one take only. Mean Sarton says, I'm going to sue you for exposing me to cancer. Juan Ortega says, that left me speechless like Drexel. This must have been the Feminist Boy video.
Oh, yeah.
Vlu says, will that dance save them from the urban warlords after the country collapses? Yes. Ascended Not So Handsome Jack says, Nick watches as Drex is hoping humanity slowly dies with brainwashed children. Cave Canum says, you're welcome, chat. Sean Tillman says, it's one thing to be an adult and decide to engage in weird garbage. When it comes to pushing it on kids and indoctrinating kids, these degenerates are actively seeking to destroy these kids' souls. WLT, welcome to Lawyer Status. The John Beck says, Asians have lowest illegitimacy rate. Attack is on. Uriah Wright says, Adam and Eve was a warning. Ron Crossman says, interested in Drex thoughts on Kelly Clarkson's ex getting that bag like a true king.
Nick, you get that bag, king. Because is that what they say every time a guy is getting hoes? You saw it happen to Dr. Dre. He might need to put the hockey mask on.
$300,000 a month.
A month. And Nick, women think that's, here's what's funny. Do you know what the sad thing is? There's been a few guys who made videos about what happened to Dr. Dre, right? Do you know what was really telling? So the women are sitting there cheering, right? Yeah. Now, what's the flip side of that argument, right? From the guy's perspective, how many guys you think saw that shit, Nick, with Dr. Dre? And don't forget, Bezos, Bill Gates. I'm good on marriage, fam. Like more than you think. Like, dudes saw that and they're like, oh, it's like that? Okay, I'm out. Yeah, it's that's what they wanted though.
Let's see. Alex Bridden says, "Hey Nick and Drexel, it's been a while. Here's some shekels. Drex, do you have viewers on your show? So you have viewers like come on your show."
Yep.
I'm a guy in my 20s in Canada, and it'd be fun to talk about how crazy the feminism is here. The con sluts are taking over.
Oh yeah. Yeah, definitely subscribe. Yeah, I have lots of people from like the Discord stuff that end up coming on the channel. We have guests. We had a chick who was an actual pegger, Nick. She pegs dudes. We had to deal with that because, as you know, there's dudes out here that are real bitch made. So I want to get, because you and I have talked about this. We like going to the source, like rather than hearsay.
Yeah.
If someone tells me, "Yo, Drex, man, these guys are out here who are real weird and they're getting pegged," okay, that's cool. But you know what I want, Nick? I want who are the women doing this?
Yeah.
I want to hear their perspective. And yeah, because I GoFundMe will get started for a couple of people who are going through some rough times. The Catholic dude that I told you about, Nick, shout out to all you guys who are watching right now. I'm going to do a show with him because I think by definition, he's technically homeless right now. So I'm going to do a GoFundMe because, Nick, he's the one who had the 7 kids, right? Yeah, I told you about that, right? The devout Catholic dude I worked with years ago.
Something like that, yeah.
Got cucked, right? Walked in on his wife getting bunker busted by a dude.
7 kids.
7 kids, kicked out of the marital home, broken with legal fees, child support, all that. And she moved the new dude in and all that. Total shit show. And it's just like, and I'm going to have him tell this because me saying it is one thing, right? Kind of like what happened with Ken Jennings.
Yeah.
If you and I talk about cancel culture, that's one thing. It has more weight when it's a person telling you, this is how they canceled me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, shout out to Ken Jennings. You definitely subscribe to his channel, Ken's Casting Couch. So, yeah, because, Nick, that cancel culture is getting real.
Oh, yeah.
It's getting completely out of control.
It's crazy. It's crazy how easy it is to target people.
Just like that.
Liquid Zeus says, look up Flora Gill's tweet for creating porn for kids. Look, I saw that. That chick's an idiot. That's the best we can say. Did you see that?
Wait, say again?
This girl tweeted out that we need to create a separate category of porn for kids. Like just softcore stuff, so they can kind of be normalized into the idea of pornography without just immediately going into like choking and stuff like that.
What's her name?
She deleted the tweet.
What's her name?
Flora Gills.
Florida. Whoever this person is, Nick, find her.
I need you to get on that wall.
The wall. Nick. Move any debris that's on there. Let's get it real clean for her.
Yeah. Wolfgang Deo says, so Drex is here. Where are the thoughts? I was promised thoughts and more Doki Doki suffering later. Will be huge like Yuri's Hooters. Rogue says, the story of Adam and Eve is still true to this day. Vienticus Prime says, gender therapy clinics, how nouveau riche. Mario Carter 13 says, woman 9/11 will dispatch a therapist. Billy the Kid Lauren says, Drex, please go to a con and cosplay a bull with Nick as your Kermit the Frog sub.
Oh,
no.
These guys are the worst.
That's gross. Ronado says, don't just put Ronnie into a padded room. Put him into a padded room that looks like a court. Yeah, distract him forever. You got to have that. Sended Not So Handsome Jack says, wouldn't smash Christy Mack. But when I worked at the theater, I saw Christy Mack multiple times. She looked a lot better. Very timid.
Before or after the beating?
I'm assuming after because it says she looked a lot better. Logan Levesque says, I definitely do Mac. She's my personal fave. Also, highest body count I've seen was on a TikTok challenge, 62. Nick's Hex says, there's an Olympic swimmer named Phil Dahlhauser.
Really? No way.
That's hilarious. It took me a second. I'm like, I don't get. Oh.
Yeah.
Oren Altera says, just turned 43, having a Crown and Coke. No, I said I would never send you a super chat. So here's my birthday present for you. Give this to Drex. Oh, thanks. I'll give him $3 later. John Hughes says, did you hear about the 9-year-old kid thinking about Minecrafting himself because he's getting bullied because his single mom has an OnlyFans?
I did hear about that. Nick, let me ask you this. I meant to talk about that with Phil also. Next time I have Phil on, we'll get into some of that social stuff. Nick, what do you think about like that part of the future? Like, because so thought culture is in full effect, right? Full effect. So, but Nick, what about the children of the thoughts of today and maybe even tomorrow, right?
Yeah.
Like that kid who's, let's say a kid is between 5 to 10 now. All of a sudden, 5-10 years later, he's that much older. But by then, that all that OnlyFans shit's gonna come back to haunt you. The Snapchat Premium, if they're still doing that, because there's gonna be something new, right? OnlyFans is gonna put a crackdown on all this content, right? And there'll just be a new version of OnlyFans. Like, there was a Backpages, MySpace. It always morphs into something else, right? But Nick, it's gonna morph into something more thoughtish. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So once that day comes, what's gonna happen to like, boys and girls, right? What's gonna happen when these boys and girls go to school and your mom's on, like, and that becomes an actual like tease and bullying threat, right? Is that people are gonna start pulling out their phone, showing your mom getting smutted out on OnlyFans, bro.
Yet don't do it.
It's just like,
ladies, don't do porn. Don't do OnlyFans. Don't strip. Sex work is not real work.
It's not.
It's not. It's a quick bank draw.
You sound like Yoda. Quicker, easier, more seductive.
Yeah.
That's basically Nick. That's basically what sex work is. Quicker, easier, more seductive.
Yep.
You're gonna get lots of attention and quick money. How do those women turn out? Here's like, if you guys want some entertainment, I want you guys to look up a series called Life After Porn. Nick. Oh, bruh.
Basically, all they talk about is how they were all brainwashed. Like,
yeah, they're always a victim.
Not like intentionally brainwashed, just like, I just fell into the lifestyle and blah, 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 blah.
They took advantage of me, of course.
Yeah.
Well, you know who's saying that now, right? A personal favorite of mine before she decided to flip. August Ames is pregnant.
I thought August Ames died.
Wait, my bad. Lana Rhodes. My fault. Lana Rhodes is pregnant. And she great eyes. She has great eyes. I noticed the POV scenes. So Lana Rhodes is pregnant, right?
Yep.
And she's doing that. She's doing it. It's the same thing Brie Olsen did, one of Charlie Sheen's angels, right? These chicks always try to flip, right? And try to they chameleon their way back to I was forced into. How are you forced into porn? No, you weren't. Nick, they took advantage of me. I'm just an innocent little girl in the woods. No, you're not.
I was just there for a photo shoot.
They started with just foot pics. Nick, they said I would just be here with girl scenes. Mm-hmm.
Sure.
Nick,
sure.
It never ends with girl scenes, bro.
Trucker Rob says, got a PS4 Pro Drex. I'll sell Drex. Haven't used it in like 34 years.
Hey, who's that?
Trucker Rob.
Why has he not used it? Man, look, give me an excuse to play any random game. Because that's the thing, Nick. As we've gotten older, we have less times to play games, right? Like just, the time that I had to like sit down and be like, yeah, I'm gonna.
What game do you want on PS4?
I was gonna play Resident Evil 8 Village.
Why don't you buy a PS5?
I'm not giving Sony any more of like real money. What's the PS5? $400, right?
I think it's 500.
Is it 500?
Yeah.
Do you guys know?
It's gotta be 500.
Okay, so Nick, $500, right? To play what? I can't think of anything on the horizon that makes me say, "Ooh, I definitely want that." And that's my beef with the new consoles. It's just like you guys have like Nick. Do you know what game I'm most excited for this year? Metroid Dread. More than any of these, big, huge studio titles. I'm like, you ask me, yo, Drex, I'm looking forward to October. Metroid Dread. I'm on it.
Tell Drex to get a gaming PC. He doesn't believe in it. Danny Flower says, I had to edit my super chat 100 times, so politely, can you please join Rockfin so I don't have to pay more than I already do for quality content? What the hell's Rockfin?
Is that a site? What is that?
I don't know. Super chat readouts are ridiculous. Sent $1. Thank you. Zurindu says, hey, Drex, If you're going to take one for the team, blow out Susan Wojcicki's back. Think you could do the same to Jacinda Ardern, the Prime Minister of New Zealand, and knock the socialism out of her.
That sounds familiar. Let me look her up. Just wait, how do you say her last name? Ardern?
Ardern.
Okay, let me see. Oh, I remember this chick. Yeah. First of all, how cucked is New Zealand? They elected this chick. Well, let me take a
How
look.
cucked is New Zealand?
Let's see. I mean, she's definitely a Karen. She has the crazy Karen eyes. You know, she has that look. You know the feminist look, Nick. They all have that. She looks like a white version of AOC.
Yeah.
Kinda. Yeah. Okay. To cure socialism in New Zealand, yes, I would smash.
Danny
Not happily.
Danny Flower says, read my last super chat or may you both be pegged forever. What was I read your last super chat. Oh, I did. Yeah, that was the Rockfin one. Eric D says, here's my ramen food money for today. You are so beautiful. I get paid tomorrow so I can send more. Then until then, can I get an ear lick? There you go. Wizards First Rule 57 says, that video made me think it was a Babylon Bee video at first. Got depressed when I realized it was real. Danny Flower says, you can't wait to get pegged later by your guest. Gross. Samurai Knight says, when the country collapses, our only entertainment will be watching these soy boys and thoughts get what's coming to them. This is what they voted for. Trucker Rob says, got a gaming laptop for my truck, so don't have much use for the PS4. And Little Meme sent $1.69. And I think that's it. Nope, two more. Kool-Aid Man says, oh yeah, Drex, I think I've smashed some of the women you have. They always talking about the BBC that stretched them out so bad they have whistle when they walk. I've seen the tapes like a third arm. How the hell do you turn the light off with that still on, while that's still on the bed?
You know what makes me laugh, Nick? I remember when you sent me that message from a guy who said he inadvertently got cucked by me with the cello teacher.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, damn, man, my bad. Like,
Yashken says, man, it was nice giving you guys a bear hug at Matsuri. Also, Nick, could you and Drex check out the first episode of The Rising of the Shield Hero? Story was written by a woman, and I can almost guarantee Drexel will like it, and so will you, Nick. I've heard a lot about it. I'll check it out sometime. And then finally, Eldon Bainling says, Nick, how do I sue ASMRing Minnesota lawyers, AFAF? You can't. Why would you want to?
So Shield Hero. Oh, yeah, I've never heard of Shield Hero. I think it may have gotten mentioned.
It's hilarious. It's hilarious. All right, guys. That's the show for today.
Damn, we only went like 1 hour.
3.5.
Okay, so basically, I mean, an hour in Asian people time.
Yeah, I need to go to bed. I'm dying.
I mean, I had that like miniature nap that like did me just enough to like power through because I was dying before. I'm like, God, man, that fucking drive. But yeah, I mean, there's all kinds of fuckery out there. Oh yeah, yeah, definitely subscribe to Ken's Casting Couch. We're definitely looking out for him now that he's been the newest victim of cancel culture. I'm over at the MGTOWN Podcast. You guys know Nick is right here.
I did take my 1,000 shot drink, actually.
Did you?
Or 1,000 like shot. I did. It was, I had Wiggle Rye. I have the glass right here that I drank out of.
Oh, nice.
Still got a little, you see the drip in there?
I see a little drip.
Yeah. Drex can verify.
Nick, lick the drip.
I didn't make a big production of it, but John Hughes says, Mom shamed the kid because OnlyFans is empowerment, though. Yeah, so when the kid like told his mom that kids were making fun of him, she's like, you just don't understand how empowering it is for me to be on OnlyFans.
Yeah, she loves those kids, right?
Yeah.
Unbelievable, dude. Nick, what do you think that boy's gonna end up? Like, for real? Like,
looks like he might end up prematurely yeeted by himself, which would be really awful.
And here's the thing: you can't be mad at the other kids. Because if you say, you shouldn't tease him about that, but that's what you would be teased by. Because kids can be cruel, man.
So, All right, guys, I got to go to bed. I was commenting yesterday that I wasn't even sure if I was going to do a show today before I realized that Drex is going to be here, but I am really, really wiped this week. Super chat readouts are ridiculous. Says, won't let me super chat. My company is woke AF, and I can't stand the drag queen story hour and anything but white training. Yeah, man. It's going around every company.
Oh, what, the woke programming?
Yeah.
Yeah. Nick, have you heard about some of these diversity like meetings and quote all this weirdo? Dude, it's going full woke. I just did a show with Ken today fighting back against the woke and cancel culture and Karens. We talk about the psychology of a Karen.
Yeah.
And Nick, it's getting out of control. Dude, it's getting crazy. And you know that's coming next, right? If you're not vaccinated, if you're not woke, you won't have access to certain things. Like, oh, you want to get on a plane? No.
Nope.
You want to go, Nick, you want to go get food from a grocery store? No.
Sorry, you need to prove your status.
Yep.
It's going to be messy.
Which is going to look like China.
We'll probably be talking about this more tomorrow.
Yeah, we got plenty of time. So peace out to all y'alls.
Yeah, Mr. Bentham finally says, Drex said Ken's casting couch. That's not it. Lol.
Oh, did you change something?
I thought that was it, but I don't remember.
Oh, wait, casting. Counseling couch.
Counseling couch.
Oh, my God. Where's my mind? My mind's in the fucking gutter.
Yeah. All right. Y'all have a good day. Peace.
Peace out, y'all.
Peace.
Oh, he drinks a fair bit, but you realize that it just helps get his noggin jogging along. With his glass by his side and his kids asleep tight, we'll hear some law-splaining tonight. With his microphone muted, we'll laugh at this boomer until he explains it's all part of the plan. Watch his face become redder as he becomes meta, raging at idiots from Twitterland. From the white shores of Maine to the hills of Glenlivet, there's no one who explains the law better than Nick. So pour out a glass for the ones who have passed to make the law what we have now. Oh, his lady is fair, and she handles herself with the grace of one who has borne many children. As the wife of a lawman, she makes sure that he has the time and the place to provide for them there. So pour out an ardbeg, a bow, more of that frog. The spirits flow as the ones who get unemployed. So pour out a glass for the tea post on Twitter as we hear law-splaining tonight. From the white shores of Nam to the hills of Glenlivet, there's no one who explains the law better than Nick. So pour out a glass for the ones who have passed to make the law what we have now. Oh, the guests are all plentiful, from Doug T to Drex. They bring their perspective and spice to the mix. But the reason we're here and the one that we cheer is the one who is showcasing us his career. Spirits flow as the ones who get unemployed. So pour out a glass for the tea post on Twitter as we hear law-splaining tonight. From the white shores of Nam to the hills of Glenlivet, there's no one who explains the law better than Nick. So pour out a glass for the ones who have passed to make the law